This music is part of the EMT collection. This is EMT 2295. If you have not heard the EMT collection, you should. Because I've been listening to them for about 3 years. It's a defunct music studio from the 90s that has like 50 really good albums. Yeah, it's like it's not even recent music. It's not vaporwave or anything. It's literally experimental ambience from the 90s from a failed music studio. Well, yeah, they literally were ahead of their time. It's amazing that music like this exists where they they did genuinely innovate a bunch of I don't know what to describe it. All the experimental electronic sounds and the weird combinations and like unconventional, really good melodies. And then similar music is, haircuts for men or slower pace. Those are recent artists from the last 10 years. Slower pace is from the last couple of years. But EMT was already doing all this shit 30 years ago. And it's original, it's genuine, it's sincere, and it sounds good.
On the face of it, there is something rather strange about human psychology. Human beings live in a state of mind called sanity on a small planet in space. They are not quite sure whether the space around them is infinite or not. Either way, it is unthinkable. If they think about time, they find it is inconceivable that it had a beginning. It is also inconceivable that it did not have a beginning. Thoughts of this kind are not disturbing to sanity, which is obviously a remarkable phenomenon and deserves more recognition. The perception that existence exists invalidates the normal personality, as does the imminence of death. Now, if you see that it is inconceivable that anything should exist, it is evident that at least one inconceivable fact is there. That is to say, that which exists is not limited to the conceivable. Since the inconceivable is there, it is impossible to set any limit to the quantity of inconceivableness which may be present in the situation. Now,
I'll build the wizard tower if I randomly acquire the money to do so. And can find a remote landscape with clean running water or an aquifer.
By the fact of existence at all constantly, he would sooner or later have the perception that there may be inconceivable considerations which are inconceivably more important than any conceivable consideration could be. Now, if you do have a perception that any conceivable consideration may be utterly invalidated by some other consideration which you do not know, and if you are reminded of this perception constantly by the fact that things exist, certain modifications take place in the way you feel about things. These modifications have not taken place in the psychology of most people. The starting point is that one is interested in the universe. One observes that one is finite and that this is intolerable. One has a limited time and apparently limited capacities with which to find anything out. Therefore it is possible to despair. There are many orders of despair, and none of them are known to normal psychology. This is demonstrated by the fact that it does not become existential. Normal psychology will never devalue anything. Existential psychology, at least to a certain point, consists of exploiting the recoil from the despair of finiteness. The recoil is a drive with at least the instinctive immediacy of the
Agent Thomas White.
There is no point in saying
Like Captain White or Agent White.
what could such a drive possibly tend towards. The survival instinct tends to prolong life. The fundamental drive tends to inform itself about the universe.
Like, I would be content with just, a tower that's like 2 or 3 rooms stacked on top of each other in the middle of nowhere. Made out of stone.
Young people wonder how the adult world can be so boring. The secret is that it is not boring to adults because they have learned to enjoy simple things like covert malice at one another's expense. This is why they talk so much about the value of human understanding and sympathy. It has a certain rarity value in their world.
Maybe if I randomly get famous or my products sell randomly. Or my dad dies and he has more money left over than I thought, especially from certain things that are not very clear. Thomas White is this big shot in the black pill community that has been promoting me and is why I got a fuckload of views on a couple streams. You only need 3 4x4 rooms, really. Or 5x5 would be. Yeah, 5x5 is pretty comfortable. Just have 3 5x5 rooms on top of each other. Yeah, this family doesn't own property. That ain't happening. Although the women and the drug addict made sure of that. Yeah, you can join VC if you want.
Die Macht des Bildes ist real. Ebenso unsere Angst davor und die Faszination, die von ihm ausgeht.
I'm hoping the book I'm working on is now 205 pages long and it's still going because I still have to explain more things. But hopefully, when people read this book, they will have some kind of realization, an actual ideal, what's happening in the world, and then thousands of people should buy it, and then I can have food to eat. Hopefully, done by next week. Tornadoes do well or towers do well in tornadoes if they're made out of fucking actual stone and anchored into the ground.
How's it going, Dags? How's it going, Brent?
Well,
Going alright?
I just ended up getting a strike on YouTube because of Wolf Live Stream 109. And that's because of all the ridiculous things that my guests were saying. And I didn't delete it in time. And yeah, that's it. I can't stream for a week.
Yeah, you have to like it's not like YouTube is getting lenient or doesn't care. They just haven't found us yet. They will, I mean, just ban everybody when they are aware of us, regardless of what we do. But you still have to avoid detection. You can't have retards saying slurs and talking about killing people.
And that's all good, but the thing is, like, they should know better, you know? Because they knew I was streaming.
some people don't care.
And I'm not gonna name names, but you know, I knew basically the couple people who did it. It is what it is. I actually did a stream yesterday on Rumble, and it was actually pretty good. And Dags commented, you know, it's crazy that I'm getting the same amount of views as I would on YouTube, you know?
It was still
So
it was over 30 viewers. So.
Yeah. It's kind of a concern for me. Like, I think I have either somebody's watching me. That's all. I have a fan base. Let's just say that. Now, whether it's the fan base I want, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, poke, poke, that, you know, some, you know, governments are analyzing us, or maybe it's just bots. Who knows?
It's always bots. That's how they're so sloppy with it.
You'll always have retarded fans and degenerates that are losers and lurk and monitor you and watch everything you do and report your videos. Because I have those. I do have, like, these degenerate, retarded losers that just follow me, monitor everything I do. And they know that they're losers because I'm a cool guy, so they inevitably admit to me that they are.
So it's like a subset of your followers are haters that just obsess over you. Is that it?
And there's like a handful of them. They tune in or out. I had one retard who was he was whining, trying to get my attention in the comments. He was talking about like some stuff I did. I used to bully people like 10 or 15 years ago. And he was saying that like I'm evil because I did that like 15 years ago. And then he was telling me to debate this one dude who still to this day tells underage girls in Discord to cut themselves for him. And the little old troll that I have idolizes that guy, so. And he's also a NEET. They're both NEETs. So this is just the reality of people on the internet. You will talk to like actually dysgenic people that deserve to be where they are. It's like what Dismal says. A lot of us are where we are because of circumstance, and other people are dysgenic people that cannot, function in any kind of society. Liberals, Nazi Germany, the Soviet Union. Like, it doesn't matter. They will always be failures and a drag on everybody else.
So they're just human, all too human, pretty much.
They're basically like the average person, except they're a loser that can't develop a sense of self, so they try to actualize themselves through like what's immediately in front of them, which is just their computer and the people they can interact with. So they'll just stab at you and use whatever. They'll pretend to be moral. They'll talk about how you're a loser when they're a loser. They'll call people pedophiles, but if you open up these dudes' computers, you'll find actual child porn on it. Like, it's just the reality. This is the reality of not just the internet, but just pretty much humanity. This is what you have to come to expect.
Yeah. Well, I just basically came with my own conclusion that humans are just evil in general, and it's just we live in unpredictable times, and we can't escape it. And you try to be the good guy, and other people just take advantage of that. They see niceness as a form of weakness.
Well, the average person is basically matter, and matter is not moral. Moral is something that is thought of. And most people are not really capable of thinking. They're basically just acted upon. So you pretty much just have to wrangle retards. You have to participate in their evil system while maintaining your rationality. That's literally what this book I'm writing for over 200 pages is about. It's about how, like, I spend like 100 pages explaining why everybody's a retard.
Hey, Dags.
In succinct detail. Stop Bayonetta. And Celtic Cat and Hudson.
What's up, Dags?
How you been
Hey,
holding
Brent.
up?
I just have a question for Brent. Why do you soy out at us last time?
You're being an asshole
Being an asshole to who?
in general.
How are we being assholes?
There's English too.
Oh, Wolf just mentioned his stream getting taken down the other day and getting a strike on YouTube.
Yeah.
You want that same thing to happen to Dags?
Well,
Yeah,
Why are
we
you
didn't have
so sure
anything
that
to.
they're responsible for it?
We did not have anything to do with Wolf's stream being taken down. So I don't know.
Well, you,
Oh,
you
no, I
kind of
know I'm
did because
saying
you
similar
kept on
things.
talking about like average adjectives like TND, and then I think somebody else was dropping some N bombs with hard R's, and it was just kind of like when bots see that shit and the AI finds that shit, it immediately gets reported and banned for hate speech. Then I tried to do an appeal, and then they rejected it. Even though it wasn't targeted towards anybody, really. It was just a very long discussion. Unless I missed something. It could have been that image I also put up, which would be totally my fault. But honestly, I mean, YouTube's gay. That's all I can say.
it is possible the image, the image could have been part of it. I don't doubt that people may have said slurs. Like you have to never say slurs, like ever. Really, especially when YouTube starts paying attention to you. You can't even
I'm not even
allude
really
to things.
sure. I'm not even really sure if it was me saying T-D because we say slurs on like every single one of my streams. There's like 5 slurs being said.
Yeah,
A
I think
couple
someone
fed
might have
bars.
reported your stream, Wolf.
Yeah, somebody probably did just click report on it. I
You
feel
sure,
like
it wasn't Judas?
We don't definitive proof it was Judas, but Judas has admitted to striking Dismal and
Western, yeah.
in the past. So
He probably
Also
struck
Thomas.
down Thomas. Yeah.
it literally. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he did admit to doing it in the past. So he is a person who does that. But there are just lurkers, as I just explained a few minutes ago. There are just like degenerate lurkers who just lurk around and wait for you to slip up so they can fuck with you. Like that's pretty much all. Like if you ever every single thing you say, like they're just constantly watching to like collect information on you, report your server, your channel, or whatever.
Brent, are you using a voice changer?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. You sound like Minkus from Boys Meet World. You ever watch that show?
No.
Okay, you're probably too young to remember that. Anyways.
How old are you, Brent?
23.
23. Okay, yeah, 23.
Honestly, whenever somebody kind of like randomly, I'm used to like people randomly just like spurging out that I just like don't even pay attention to it. Like, what was it last week? We were talking about how like women have all this bodily bullshit they have to deal with. Like they randomly piss themselves and they have periods and shit. And then I said, wow, like it genuinely sucks to be a woman. There, now
Brent laughed.
like what's the problem with that?
What happened?
Like women will tell you that. Women will say, "Do you know how much it sucks being a woman? We piss ourselves when we have periods." I'd be like, "Yeah, that sucks."
You piss yourselves.
I
You're
mean-
mentally and physically retarded.
Well, I would say men live much worse lives than women do. Women will always be taken care of. Men live the harder lives. We die alone, but no one who cares about us.
Well, women are biologically, different. They're weaker, and they have all these problems that require material solutions and have to delegate to other people to help them. And that immediately sucks, but the compensation that they get in society for it, then it becomes uneven where we're just struggling, like we're suffering. Like, we don't bleed every month, but our lives are worthless.
Yeah.
That, and also in wage cucking, there are a lot of women working actual shit jobs, including stacking boxes, and that truly sucks.
Yeah, most women would rather work a job than even be with the average male, anyways. Like, in terms of social difficulty, Voids basically live on like super easy mega retard mode tutorial. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was absolutely the case for my family, but elsewhere in society, like at UPS, there were women stacking boxes, and that just sucks because you're like, you have all these woman problems, and you have to work a man's job to survive. It's like things are inverted in so many ways. Yeah, like it's not even that like they're working because they don't want a man. Like they literally have to because America is a dystopian hell. Like you cannot survive without working. Really, if you're the average person, you can't even just have a man save you. Really, in most cases, you have to work regardless.
Yeah. Even in Voids, they just don't even really seem interested in relationships in general with men.
Yeah, they're not. They're not. Even the ones that are married, or even the voids that are in relationships, they're never, they're never full of passion and spark.
Well, it's really just like a means to an end for them. It's just transactional.
Yeah, it benefits her in some way. That's what these oofy doofy textbook examples usually are. Like she's with him, for some reason. It benefits her some way. She's typically not attracted to the guy. Doesn't have emotional investment.
That'd actually be kind of a relief if they just if you had something contractual with them. It's all just like on paper, the expectations, the parameters of the relationship.
I receive sex. You receive nothing.
Because that's what I would opt for is just like how Dismal puts it, just demystifying love so that you just have this transactional relationship where it's like, okay, you and me, we're going to, live in the same house and get married so that we get tax breaks and we may exploit the welfare system by having children, and you will have to, we will save space on living in the same place and stuff. And it's like, okay, that's the way it is. I mean, that's just probably how it should be. I honestly don't even really give a shit about the sex part. It's mostly the like the survivalism of it.
The practicality of the relationship.
Yeah, that would actually be kind of amazing to me. If like imagine like just dealing with like a cold robotic woman who just presents this transactional relationship to you. It's just like very, very cold survivalist and about like exploiting all these loopholes and policies in society.
You should present her pussy to me.
I mean, I'd do it. If the offer was on the table, I'd go forward with it. Just for the Gibbs. It'd make life a little easier as long as she's not a bitch towards me.
Yeah, if this woman genuinely was like not passionate and is just views things as like materialist exchanges, I'm like, yeah, that's okay. That's fine. She's just being realistic. Like, I'm pretty not passionate towards the actual world. Like, I'm not passionate about getting welfare or dealing with people. I don't care.
Right.
Yeah, I wish I could get some neat bucks, but
Yeah, I think it's worth a shot.
Well, you told me of something I didn't really consider before. I'll try, but like at the wage, I feel like earlier today, like I feel like I had fucking shell shock from the wage cage, where we wrapped up today, and then right when I get my check from the boss, he just goes, "Yeah, Celtic Cat, we're going to work tomorrow now, also." And it was like in fucking World War One. It's like you just got back from a trench raid, and they're like, "Guess what? You're gonna get to go back over the top again."
Yeah, today never ended and sucked the whole way through, and then you're gonna do it again tomorrow.
Except trench raiding in World War One would actually be cool, unlike work.
Well, there's actual glory in it. Nobody saluted me for stacking boxes of UPS. Except there's one old woman at a gas station, and she asked me if I came from UPS, and I said yeah, and she's like, "Thank you for what you do," and I'm like, "What? I've never heard that before."
Gratitude for my work? What?
I would say that like normal wage slaves deserve more thank for their service than actual veterans do, than actual like Zog slaves.
Veterans?
Well,
dude, imagine working a wage slave job. You just got to work 4 years and you get over $1,000 for life. That's bullshit. That military people get that for doing like roughly the same work. They also save money because everything's paid for. They live in places and eat food paid for by the government the whole time.
Honestly, I would be in the moral right to engage in stolen. I would be in the moral right to engage in stolen valor because my job is literally more dangerous than being in the military, a firefighter, or a police officer.
There's numerous jobs which are more deadly than being a soldier.
Yeah.
Being a soldier is even the top 10.
I need the Norm Goyim to bow down at my feet and call me a hero, and then give me my 10% discount at whatever store I'm at.
At least get welfare for life. Like you work 4 years, you work 4 years in a job, you get free money. You work 4 more years, you get more free money for life. And yeah, I was in the trenches. I was washing dishes in the kitchen, and then they considered me 90% disabled at the VA, so I get $4,000 a month. Thank me for my service.
Dude, interacting with the public and customer service is probably more traumatic than actually being on the battlefield. Just dealing with American population, which is composed of like complete antisocial scum, is probably more like triggering than actual like combat scenarios.
Seeing fat, racially ambiguous voids is more traumatizing to me than watching like cartel beheading videos.
Yeah, doing customer.
I have PTSD.
Is worse than 9/11.
Okay, I have PTSD from dealing with retarded, opioid addicted drug seekers at my job day in and day out.
I mean, I would wake up having nightmares. I would still have nightmares about UPS even after I quit. Like I would be in my dream stacking boxes for several hours thinking that it was really happening. And then I find out, wait, this is a dream, and then I wake up. Like that's hellish. Because I do a shift of work in my dreams.
Honestly, dude, I'd say stacking boxes all day is like equivalent to like being in prison, to be honest.
It is, because you have to find a way to turn your brain off for hours, and you're moving as fast as you fucking can, because they have the quotas set up that like it's always just like barely within your reach if nothing goes wrong. If anything goes wrong, you're gonna not meet that quota and get blamed for it.
And depending on the and depending on the wage cage, you're probably more likely to get raped by a predatory homosexual than in prison.
Yes. Also in prison, you can just read and like work out and kind of do your thing. Being at the wage cage, you're like, you have people breathing on your neck, forcing you to do labor 24/7.
I'm sorry, I just have to go on a little rant here, but dude, ethnic women are actually so fucking retarded. They seem to think that all like youth indicators are make men like pedophiles. Example, I just saw like a Japanese like nipple lightener on Instagram. Like it makes your nipples pink, right? They were marketing it towards women, and the comments are like full of like shit skin foids talking about how this is so pedophile coded. Are you fucking stupid?
You know, we just fucking talked about this. About not fucking saying slurs. Do you want me to get a strike next?
What slur did I say?
Are you fucking serious? I
didn't say a slur.
Yes, you fucking did. You know which one?
SHITS.
Yes, that is a fucking slur. You know what else is a slur?
What's a slur?
The word starting with Z that we call soldiers, that I call them when not streaming. Like I need to be. I'm not even opposed to like. It's just that I'm streaming right now. I don't want to fucking strike. Wolf just caught a fucking strike. But I know what you're ranting about. And I'm not even denying the reality of that. It's just that just say it in a better way.
Well, like on their logic, on women's logic regarding that like argument, like them disliking bald men is also pedophilic. Because like hair is an indicator of youthfulness, and so if they're like against being with bald guys, it's a sign of latent pedophilia.
Yes, that is a good counter, but
we should all.
It's okay for women to be.
We should all stick our sons in the face, our faces in the sun for 20 hours a day to prematurely age us. And then if women don't want to date us, we'll call them pedophiles.
Women are openly, like they don't really pull those punches in my experience. Like a lot of women that work in education are like overtly PDF files, or they kind of indicate it with their actions one way or another. Like I kind of know from personal experience.
My English teacher in middle school, she would like gush over Justin Bieber when he was a teenager. Like imagine a male teacher doing the same thing about like a teenage female celebrity.
Yeah, it wouldn't fly. Like I remember being a 5th grader and we had this new TA. She was maybe, I don't know, in her early 20s. And I remember her running her hand through my hair. Now, if a male teacher did that to a female student, he'd be done. He'd be fired, there'd be charges.
Yeah. Was she attractive though, or no?
She was kind of fat, but her face, you could see that she wasn't an ugly girl, but she was a little overweight. Like maybe she had, I don't know, maybe given birth or settled down with some guy.
Gotcha.
But that, like, stuff like that was just normal from my vantage point. And I went to plenty of different schools growing up.
Same. I think it's very bad for your development if you constantly have to shift schools as an adolescent. I think it really stunts you.
They can
it's awful.
also be bad if you're just like treated as this weirdo outcast. Like they knew you were an incel in elementary school and you just got constantly bullied and stuff.
Yeah, if you're neurodivergent, like it's worse in like middle school and elementary school.
Yeah. Elementary school and middle school, like I would actually just get jumped. Like I'd have 3 students at once physically attacking me.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
In high school, I chilled out. Dude, I'd be like 8 years old getting jumped by 3 other 8-year-old boys.
Were you like so physically? Were they like more developed than you?
They were white. There was only like 3 black kids in my class. It was like 2 black males and 1 black female. They didn't really bother me. They never did anything to me. It was like these hillbilly like kids whose dad beats them and they're probably like a drug addict or a drunk. Yeah, I guess I was like the odd child. So they picked on me.
Speaking of jumping, I heard a story from a guy I know, but apparently there's this girl in my old high school, which I used to go to, and she's dating, I think she's like a third year or something, so I don't know what that'd be called, but she's like 17, and she's dating like this 4th year in uni. So like she's like 17 and he's like 22 or 23, right? And they were doing senior assassin, spraying each other with water, and apparently he sprayed like this wannabe gangster kid. And all the wannabe gangster kids in my area are like Middle Eastern. They're Muslims. So like these people cannot take a joke. They have very short fuses, possibly from an overabundance of cousin marriages. But they basically chased this guy down in like a group of like 20 of them, and they physically attacked this guy. Like they dragged him out of his car and beat him up basically on the street. And people like called the cops, but like nothing was done about this. I guess you can just gather in like a group of 20 people and assault a white guy on the street, and just nothing will happen to you.
Well, generally nothing will happen if you can get a group. Like if you get 20 people together and start robbing a bunch of stores, like there's fuck all they can do about it. I mean, that's literally why. That's why that's been happening. A bunch of people in the cities, they realize, hey, there's like 30 of us. We want to go rob Walmart, and like there's jack shit they could do about it. What are they gonna do? Round everybody up?
Yeah, it's not like they're gonna send a death squad or nothing like that there to deal with either.
The Lord's not gonna send the knights to go seek reprisal from the serfs burning their village down.
Man. I haven't even been keeping up the news. I don't even know what like the rulers that be are even doing at the moment. What dog and pony show they have.
Yeah, I haven't really been following. I know Vivek's getting elected as governor, no surprise.
Yeah, in Ohio, isn't it?
Yeah.
He just won the primary. Yeah, we don't know if he's going to win the actual election, though.
He's projected to win right now, and the fact that he's even that close is pure humiliation for Republicans.
You see the rightoids on Twitter defending him, saying it's better than having a Democrat.
I can already imagine, because Twitter is mostly like when Orban lost the Hungary election, you had literally Indians pretending to be Hungarians, and you had Israelis pretending to be Hungarians, saying the West has fallen, the libtards have won, because a Zionist fake nationalist lost to a real nationalist. Like,
Well, yeah, Vivek openly endorsed more H-1B migrants coming in because he thinks that Americans are just lazy and unintelligent, and that we deserve to get replaced in high-skilled jobs with quote-unquote
Americans
ambition.
are like la heckin' lazy and unintelligent. That's why we have to import 5 billion Indians, because we are hardworking SAR.
White people deserve to get replaced because they won't get off their phone.
Exactly. When Republicans are saying that, when Vivek is saying that shit, that Americans are lazy, and that's why like we need talent from India, he's saying that to people like MGTOW Cowboy, who does in fact believe we should be replaced because apparently we look at our phones too much.
You look at your phone too much. That's why we need to import 500 billion Indians.
That's what Americans are. That's what Republicans literally are, for the majority of them. They are retards who do not care.
Your son is too lazy. You should replace him with an adopted Indian son who looks at his phone looking at him.
Your son plays too many video games. Xi Zhao, please come here. This is our new son. He's going to be doing all the dishes from now on.
After running the analytics, I have calculated that Patel here can optimize the amount of sonly love he can give to me than you. So that's why I have imported him and replaced you.
My adopted Vietnamese grandson is more American than you will ever be.
You can actually train him before you get fired. Before you get
not only do you train him, you pay tax dollars to import him and pay for his living for him to replace you.
Yep. You're gonna take away your son's allowance to pay for the immigrant to come here for the replacement son.
All right, son. I'm gonna have to. You're gonna start working in the coal mines to pay for my new son.
It's called meritocracy, son.
Yeah, you just aren't a hard enough worker. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps, bucko.
What are you saying? You don't like your replacement to be my son because he's not white? You're racist, Chud.
Now, dude, never visualize somebody pulling themselves up on their bootstraps, like literally.
Yeah.
What do you mean he's not? What do you mean he's not my? What do you mean he's not my son? Huh? He's not. He has the values of my son. That makes him my son.
He likes the Constitution, bro. He likes the Constitution.
Yeah, you're just afraid, man. You're just afraid, bucko.
I need to like prank call Dave Ramsey and use a voice changer like I'm a boober. That's the scenario I put upon my son.
Well, my son's too expensive. His habits are
Yeah. I bet he would support it, honestly. If you could make it sound like you're not fucking with him, he'd be like, he probably would support it.
Dude, Dave Ramsey like believes everything that people call about. Like I remember there was that one where it was like a 13 or 14-year-old kid allegedly called in. He was like, "Yeah, I owe like $14,000 to my brother because we started a mechanic shop."
Yeah, Dave. I'm just wondering. My son is way too expensive. He wants to play basketball. He wants candy once a week. We have to take him out to ice cream. I'm thinking of cutting down costs here. And frankly, I just can't afford to have this kid running around. I'm thinking of, we want to ship a kid in from China to do the job much better.
I want to replace him with Li Fo.
Yeah. We're thinking of getting Patel from India. We've ran the numbers, and the optimization, per unit of love, he does 3 units of work compared to the 2.3 that my actual son does. So I think we're just gonna have to replace him. I just don't think it's working out. So how
That's
would you
how,
recommend that I let him
That's how
go?
boomers treat their kids, like fucking objects. Like, there's a weird thing about white families that they don't connect well to their children or any generation. It used to be different. People had a sense of community and pride in their children, and nowadays they treat their children like fucking pets almost. It's kind of disgusting, but I'm talking mainly about white people here.
Boomers probably think that because you spawned from your father's ballsack that you're their property, so they can dispose of you whenever they want.
Yeah.
They have the right of life and death over you because you're just the component of their private property. Because they're that, like...
Yeah, they're
So-
kind of. That's why I just fucking think, this country's evil, man. People are evil.
Well, I kind of heard this boomer thing at the bank today where I was at the bank with my dad today and he knows like the manager of the bank there is this older Floyd. And my dad said something about Mother's Day coming up, which I didn't even know was coming up. Good thing my mom disowned me so I don't have to worry about it.
W.
But yeah, I know. That's the perks of having a mother. It tells you that her biggest regret in life is birthing you and hopes that you burn in hell and never see her again. But
My mom was going to abort me, but some Muslims convinced her not to.
But anyways, the bank manager said something like she has like a stepson or whatever. And she's like, oh, you probably just say something like, well, you're not my mom. And my dad was like, well, you need to tell him I put a roof over your house. I give you food. I wash your clothes. And it's like, well, that doesn't really
It's
justify.
like, okay, yeah. It's like that's expected of you though. You chose to have a kid. Like, are you stupid or something?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the black people that pride themselves saying, "I've
Yeah.
never been to jail." It's like
I pay my child support. I take care of my kid. Okay,
Yeah,
you want a
Chris-
cookie or something?
Not Chris Surface, fuck. Chris Rock did a skit on that,
Yeah.
and then basically he said, "Oh, the fuck you talking about? What do you want, a cookie? You're not supposed to go to jail.
Yeah.
You're
I
supposed
never.
to take care of your kids, you low expectation motherfucker."
Yeah,
I never been to
That's
jail.
the majority of white people now, just low expectation fucks.
Well, the thing is, these boomers, they expect gratitude from their children, but they never show gratitude to the employee that may be under them at their job or their middle management.
I'll consider one of his videos, like, if you're gonna have a kid, you should have to, like, make an argument justifying to the state why you're having this kid and, like, how how he can potentially be a contributor and successful.
I agree completely. Yeah, so it should be the same process when, like today in the current system, when you want a significant loan from a bank, you usually have to provide a very thorough breakdown as to how you're going to pay them back, the rate at which you will pay them back. If you're starting a business or anything like that.
Yeah.
That same model should be applied to reproduction.
Yeah.
It just makes too much sense.
I think the major councils should decide who should be able to reproduce and who shouldn't.
Dude, there's so many Muslims around me. They have like these packs of cousin marriage result children. Just these packs of them just running about, and you can clearly tell they're mentally deficient.
Yeah,
There's like if you look in their eyes, there's nothing going on inside their head. They have like these stupid unibrows, and they just make these noises.
Yeah, I know Pakistan has the highest rate of cousin marriage in the world.
Yeah. Like
American South, but there's really none of that going on there. It's all
I always found it funny how the stereotype was with like white people married their cousins, but in reality it's all brownoids.
It's all like Pakistan, yeah.
Yeah. I was reading this article by this Belgian teacher, and this Belgian teacher was talking about how her class is mostly filled with these immigrants, and none of them speak like Belgian. They can't communicate with each other. So they've resorted to using animal noises to communicate each other, and also apparently the parents didn't potty train them, so they're just pissing against the walls of the school
Oh,
now.
God.
Oh,
they're just whipping it out and pissing on the walls.
Jesus. That's a good example of progressivism and capitalism failing. Like they just because Belgium has amazing social programs. It's actually seems to be a pretty cool place to live, and then they destroyed it with immigrants.
yeah, I remember one time in middle school, this kid, he took a shit, like, right next to the toilet. And then the principal, like, had a screaming meltdown. He's like, he made everyone get in the cafeteria, and he, like rant, or he's like, you guys made the janitor lady cry. You guys are fucking snobby.
Right.
Well, he didn't say that.
Well, I remember at my school, a principal had to come over to intercom because guys would go in the bathroom. There's a train in the center of the floor, and the whole floor inclines towards it. Guys just go there and piss straight into the drains to the floor.
I heard of this story. Yeah, I heard of this story where this guy had like diarrhea. He had like explosive diarrhea, and he just dude, he couldn't make it to the toilet. Like all the toilets were in use, so he he sprayed it against the wall like a cat marking its territory.
Like that South Park episode where someone took a shit in the urinal and Mr. Mackey goes ballistic.
Or
He just sprayed it against the wall. Like he completely marked it from what I heard. This was in a school near me.
I remember that South Park episode where like the teacher was Miss Chokes on Dick and like Cartman just took a shit on her desk.
South Park's kind of like mediocre and even shit sometimes, but then it has peaks where it's like it says something that's so realistic. Like it says some shit that absolutely fucking happens in schools.
I like the first 5 seasons of it. That's about it.
I love the fucking episode where the Little League episode where their parents are forcing them to play baseball and they have to try to lose on purpose.
Oh yeah,
that's amazing.
Oh yeah, I love it when they're talking crap to each other. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna get creamed. You guys are gonna destroy us.
No, we're gonna get creamed.
Yeah,
it's like
the best South Park episode though is the one where Cartman pretends to be retarded to get into the Special Olympics.
Yeah, South Park is genuinely like a resonant and actually edgy at times.
I think Aqua Teen Hunger Force is a better show, just in edgy and comedic factor.
Yeah, it's hard to compare. Like I was comparing South Park and Family Guy, like which one's better. It's like Family Guy is generally more entertaining, but South Park has better peaks.
Well, South Park, like, there's like a cohesive plot and story, but something like Family Guy just relies on cutaway gags, and Hunger Force is just like hyper absurd and shit posty.
Yeah, Aqua Teen does have an amazing formula where it's like it is surreal absurdism contrasted with reality, because they like fight each other over paying the electric bill, and Meatwad makes fucking milkshakes out of hot dogs using a lawnmower.
I really like the episode where they had that giant deep fryer. They deep fried a whole cow, and the oil sat out there. And
Frylock was like saying, "Enjoy your little heart attack. Me and Meatwad are gonna have a healthy Thanksgiving." Meatwad says, "I'll have that when I'm dead. Let's deep fry it."
Yeah, but like Frylock, after it's sat out there for weeks, Frylock's like, "You gotta get rid of that oil." You say you get rid of it, he goes, "Fine." He just dumps it out in the woods.
Yeah.
And then the trees come out and like kidnap Carl and then the rest of them.
It's I like it's funny because like the characters all like the world and the characters have their own logic. Like everything's insane, but everything like also kind of makes sense in the context of it.
Yeah, well, part of the show, it was like fast food items that were like based off of this one episode of Coast to Coast. What is it called? Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and they were attacked by those three characters: French fries, a wad of meat, and a milkshake. But the voice of Meatwad was the same, but they changed the character's voice of the other two.
Well, that's-
But they were detectives in the original couple episodes, and then the show slowly got more and more retarded as time went on. You had to be on drugs to really enjoy it, I would say.
Yeah,
It was a great
they
show.
initially pitched it on Space Ghost and promoted it that way, but it got a lot better when they just started fucking around. I rewatched Video Ouija, the episode where they bring in. there's a bunch of funny things in that episode, but they bring in the witch doctor, and he basically just fucks with them. He just makes them say he makes them say dumb shit when he makes them think they're doing an incantation.
I also like the one. I think the character's name is like Ezekiel or Elijah. Is like the baby milkshake. They kept calling Master
Ezekiel.
Shake Daddy. Ezekiel, yeah. He just goes, God hasn't erased you from existence because you humor him somehow. And it turned out he was like a 5,000-year-old like god or something.
What I liked about that episode was when Shake becomes like a melodramatic parent and like tries to kill himself because his son doesn't listen. That was actually relatable. If you ever deal with retarded parents like that.
Or the Brood Witch episode was pretty good as well, where they had that demonic sandwich.
Video Ouija might be top because like it's even when Shake kills himself. Bayonetta, your microphone is fucking great. It's echoing right now. When the way that Carl informs Frylock that Shake is dead is like it starts here, right? And then he leads him to the back where they're, what do we got in the pool here? And there's like just blood with piranhas in it.
What was the one with the little fruit that were like this Christian group, and what was this recovering alcoholic that was violent?
That was Bible fruits.
Yeah. He fucking like grabs a pipe wrench, try to get the liquor that was poured down the drain. Then he starts beating the orange with it.
Yeah, it's like those are just genuinely good ass shows. Like,
Remember when Shake got bit by a radioactive black man and became a nigrified Shake?
yeah, and they actually
I don't think I remember that one.
they actually removed it from TV and DVDs and shit for a while.
Really?
Yeah,
I need to go rewatch Xavier Renegade Angel.
yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, they're all good ass shows. Those, yeah,
Good
Xavier is good enough to like just watch the whole thing and you'll enjoy the whole thing. Family Guy is like there's some funny shit in it that makes me laugh when I remember it, but it's mostly shit. And then South Park has amazing hysterical moments, and then there's a lot of shit and mediocrity. Aqua Teen, you can binge that and enjoy most of it. Xavier, you can enjoy all of it.
Squidbillies is pretty good as well. I never
Xavier,
got to
yeah,
Squidbillies, but I liked it.
yeah, Squidbillies is mostly good. It has some funny.
I love Squidbillies.
It's definitely worth watching, especially just the premise, because it's very relatable if you don't live in a city in America. Because then that's immediately how it feels.
Probably the only IRL show that I found funny, which is only like the first couple seasons, would be It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I like Curve Your Enthusiasm for some reason. I just love it. That and
That one is actually funny. Like Curb Your Enthusiasm isn't bad. It's got some good writing. Not my favorite show though.
I'm not big on real life sitcoms, but I guess my favorite is Trailer Park Boys or Peep Show.
I generally like humor that's very over the top and absurd.
But also whenever it has a lot of logic, every character feels real. Especially if everything's ridiculous, but people feel like characters and the world kind of makes sense to an extent. Then it's pretty great. I think that doesn't really apply to Xavier, though. Xavier does have a logic to it. It's not entirely just random bullshit. It's kind of like funny and clever how it is crazy.
What do you call these wind monkeys?
Wigaboos.
I got this one staring at my wife.
It's also like it's pretty great when I posted that one clip in the server where Xavier becomes the pet of that rich kid, and he suggests doing role plays where we'll switch places. You pretend to be me, I'll be you, and he tricks the kid into having a flashback where he gets tortured by his master, by his spiritual mentor.
There used to be this series on YouTube I watched that's kind of like it seemed to be in a similar style to Xavier. It was called World Doctors, and there was a prequel to it called Archaeologists. And it is kind of dated because it has stuff like ISIS and all that in it.
Yeah,
but I remember on the last episode, like they were getting chased by ISIS, and they found some like ancient artifact, and it teleported them back in time. It just kind of loops back to the first episode, so they had like this eternal repeating plot line. That's the issue with having humor that's based on like current cultural tangents and all that, is it just dates you very quickly.
Yeah. Well, the way that they usually present these topics is in a forced, superficial way that it's not even just that they're being topical and becomes dated. They just do it in a bad way. It's like you can have stories about World War II where there's the Nazis and the Japanese and Americans or whatever, and it won't be like it'll be dated, but you could make it not suck. It'll feel like a period piece, really.
Yeah, but they have stuff like a Scary Movie, for example, all those ones.
Yeah, those are dog shit. I mean, they have some funny moments, but they're garbage.
Yeah, I used to watch Scary Movie 3 a lot, the third one.
Yeah, so did I. I used to love those movies. Scary Movie 2 and 3. I would watch that on TV all the time, but I was a retard.
Yeah, or like Meet the Spartans. So there's all her kind of movies like that.
Are you guys talking about parody movies?
Yeah, like or just like stuff that's like very edgy or slapstick, but it's based on like the current culture and things going on in it. Like the Postal movie would be another example of it.
Yeah, Postal movie, it's dated, and it honestly doesn't really handle the terrorists and stuff very well, but it was probably like cool and funny at the time.
I like Postal 2 still to this day, but it's very dated in its humor and stuff. Postal 4, well, Postal 3 might be one of the worst games ever made, but Postal 4 was pretty mid.
So you're saying Postal 3 sucks?
Postal 3, well, you can't even buy Postal 3 anymore, and the game was, the humor wasn't really there, and it ran like dog shit.
Oh, is it like one of those games where it was like you play third person?
You played third person Postal 3, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's still here. It's still, you can buy it for $5.99.
But it was so bad, like Running with Scissors pulled it down. They didn't even really develop it. It was some Russian company did. It was in development hell. And so they came out with Paradise Lost as an expansion for Postal 2. Just trying to replace that.
Yeah, I didn't care after Postal 2.
Postal 2 Paradise Lost is on sale for $1.
You know, like, if you know what's funny is like the old Grand Theft Autos are about like an old time period, but it doesn't feel really dated or forced because it's done well or it's like self-contained. It doesn't require really context to what's being made fun of. If you listen to the entire Chatterbox radio show from Grand Theft Auto 3, it's actually entertaining. It's funny. It's like, it's basically like just a radio show host dealing with a city in like an alternate universe where everyone's even crazier.
The only GTA I really care for anymore is just GTA 4. Even though they kind of ruined it because they pulled the entire like Russian radio station and a bunch of other songs, and it's not really optimized for PC still.
Now, guys, Postal 4 is on sale for $8. I think that's a good buy.
I mean, for $8, it's, you're kind of getting what you pay for. I'll say that. Like it's not a horrible game, but it's a very mid game.
I was watching
Postal
someone play
2
it
is
in real
better.
life, and I wasn't
Would it
really
be
impressed
worth-
by it.
I mean, yeah, but would it be worth a Wolf Slumber stream?
That's up to you. I mean, the game, it's not really all that funny. It's nowhere near as edgy as Postal 2.
Okay, so Postal 2 is probably a keeper then. I guess I haven't
Yeah.
played Paradise Lost. I've only played Brain Damage and a little bit of Postal 2. That's about it, like the beginning of Postal 2. I should do a Postal 2 stream sometime. Maybe that would be my next option.
Yeah, I just recommend Postal 2. You'd have more fun playing Postal 2 than Postal 4. I played through all of Postal 4 and it was just mid.
It's Postal 2, if you set aside all the other shit, the dated references, it's still a fun game for being a serial killer going house to house, just like dismembering people and pissing on them.
And you can also go into the sewer tunnel behind your little trailer house and find a Taliban hideout and get one of the most powerful weapons in the game at the end of it. Still to this day, I do not know who Gary Coleman is.
Yeah.
It was the actor on Different Strokes, you know.
I just know he was a black midget that I killed in Postal 2.
Yeah.
He was a celebrity who became a wash-up. That's pretty much it. He's famous for being like a black midget, basically. Nobody, like, very quickly people forgot who he was, because nobody's seen that show. Like, very few people have.
Yeah, now you know you're a washed-up celebrity when you're like an assassination target in Hitman. Because the last one they did was What's Her Face from the live-action Resident Evil movies. You kill her.
What, the main character from the movies?
Yeah, the one that played Alice. I forget her name. She had like an Eastern European name.
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, you kill her in the new Hitman.
What the fuck?
Targets.
I was unaware of that.
Yeah. And before then, you had to protect Bruce Lee in a kung fu tournament.
In Hitman?
Yeah. Bruce Lee was like a ICA agent, and you had to protect him from these people that are going to try to assassinate him.
That's kind of cool. Just the premise of protecting a target from assassins.
Which I do like the Hitman games. I think they're fun.
Yeah, I haven't. That's another franchise like Metal Gear that I am aware of, but I never played them. And Final Fantasy for the most part.
Yeah, games I played the most growing up was like Splinter Cell, Metal Gear, and probably just Fallout New Vegas on its own.
Metal Gear is where it's at. All of them, really. 1, 2, 3. A lot of people don't like 4, but 4 is awesome.
4. See, I haven't even played the games, but I know these things about them. 4 did feel like it was a bit washed out and just retreading old ground, but I guess that was kind of the point.
Well, it was supposed to be the last Metal Gear Solid game.
Like it was,
But the biggest complaints to Metal Gear Solid 4 was there's too much cutscene.
I love that, though. I love the cinematic design of the game.
It does feel like it does feel like a step down from 3 and 2. Like those games, they seem to try to do very revolutionary things and try to take the franchise in a new direction and do new things. And they do it pretty well. 2 was in a whole different wild new environment with a new protagonist that everybody hated at first. And then 3 was like
3 is considered peak.
3 is on like conceptually it's fucking badass. It's like It's like, what if we have James Bond, but it's like a realistic military sci-fi story? Like, we make it realistic where he's like an actual operator and shit.
Also, Ava was the best Metal Gear Solid girl. Although I really like Metal Gear Solid 5. I played that one so much.
Yeah, that was such a great
Phantom
game.
Pain? Are you talking about Phantom Pain?
Yeah, Phantom Pain and Ground Zeroes, like that was really divisive when it came out. Like I remember a lot of people saying, "Whoa, what the fuck happened to Metal Gear, bro? This is wrong. This is totally different."
Yeah, it felt kind of wrong playing it. I was more of like back when Peak Metal Gear was like number 3 and number 2. That was Peak Metal Gear, and I was gonna play 4, but I didn't want to buy an entire fucking system just to play one game.
I like Venom Snake though because he's like the incel Snake.
Isn't he? He's Big Boss. He's the one that fucks over Solid Snake in the very first game.
Well, yeah, in the first, because you killed Big Boss twice as Solid Snake, and the first time it was Venom Snake, the body double of Big Boss.
And that's who you play in
play
Phantom
as.
Pain.
Yep, and the whole thing with like Venom Snake is he's supposed to be it's supposed to portray Big Boss as a bad guy in that he robbed one of his most loyal soldiers of his own identity to force Big Boss's will upon him. But then it's like, well, he became Big Boss by being forced into it.
Metal Gear Solid is such an autistic heaven. It's amazing.
It is absurd, and honestly, the statements that they make and a lot of the plot is honestly fucking retarded, but it's executed well that it's fine. You can just enjoy it.
Did y'all ever see what the original Outer Heaven looks like on the original Japanese release of the first Metal Gear game?
The sea base or the
No, Outer Heaven, like Metal Gear 1. It was like it was on like some gaming system that's popular in Japan. Because there's Metal Gear, then Metal Gear 2, Snake's Revenge, then Metal Gear Solid 1.
right.
In the original Outer Heaven logo, it had Outer Heaven that had the skull with wings, but in the original one, there's a swastika on the skull.
Is it? But it's like it's a symmetrical swastika, though, right? Like it's
Yeah.
not diagonal; it's straight.
Yeah, it's upright. It's not angled. But they removed that obviously when they released in the US with the HD collection of Metal Gear on the 360 and PS3.
The funny thing is, the swastika is a good, meaningful system or symbol, but now it just represents like perpetual, growth and life. But now, I guess something equivalent is to just use a spiral.
Well, I also liked Metal Gear Rising. That was a fun game as well.
Yeah,
Robo Ninja Raiden.
Yeah, that is cool to finally be a cyber ninja. Like just the concept of a cyber ninja, like Metal Gear fucking introduced that shit basically. It was probably in some older anime, but just the concept of that is like badass. And you
Well,
finally
Raiden looked so cool in Metal Gear Solid 4, they had to make a game where you played as him.
Yeah, and then I like how absurd and honestly insane some of the story is, and then like, they say something about like the military industrial complex and like war is good, just like we're gonna be rolling in it just like after 9/11, and it's all just like They have like they have like these brains that they're training in virtual simulations to put them in bodies to be soldiers or something.
Well, they had like in Metal Gear Solid 4, war wasn't even waged by militaries anymore. It was governments were paying PMCs to fight each other, and they had nanobots in them to like make them better soldiers, to suppress emotions and make them have faster reaction time, all that.
Is it? Did that only happen in 4, or was it all just PMCs like that bald guy
Yeah,
was talking about in Rising?
yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4, like it would be like PMCs either fighting each other or PMCs fighting like brown people in the desert. Because the whole thing, the war economy was like nations don't fight each other over resources or land or ideology. They just have PMCs fight each other to generate profit.
Yeah, the political
Yeah.
messaging of Metal Gear is honestly kind of dumb as hell. Like the Metal Gear Solid, they made a big deal about how nuclear weapons still exist now, how much of a threat they are. Like that was the big takeaway at the end of the game is like nuclear weapons still exist. You know, the whole world could be destroyed.
Well, it was like nuclear weapons. Like they got rid of all of them, then people started making Metal Gears. Because is in the canon, it's like in 1986 or 87, I think, all nuclear weapons were removed from the Earth. Because a Big Boss got rid of all of them. Well, Venom Snake, technically. And then a Big Boss had the Metal Gear Outer Heaven, and so they're the sole nuclear power in the world.
And see, it's like anime logic, so they it has to like, be a mech, and a mech is somehow better. Like you could just have like a scud launcher or a submarine that would be infinitely better than a mech.
But if you give it legs, it can like walk or something.
Yeah, I actually hate that about I like mechs and stuff, and I think that they're cool, but they are when you think about it for even 1 second, they are fucking retarded. And a tank, any country that just uses tanks would clear them out completely.
And
Like,
also, you could probably make 10 tanks for every one mech.
yeah, first of all, the tanks are more efficient and they cost multitudes less to produce, but somehow when you make a mech and you just have a robot on 2 legs, that somehow makes the material, the armor plating, stronger, as if a tank wouldn't just because it has 2 legs, suddenly a tank can't just blow it away with a fucking cannon.
I remember Metal Gear Solid 3, they had the Shagohod, which is just like a Scud missile that had drills for wheels and a jet engine. Like,
Yeah, I mean it's just it's retarded, but you have to be like you have to just be able to enjoy it
big
anyway.
and cool.
Because I can play Armored Core, be like, yeah, giant robots are cool. I know that's fucking retarded though.
Well, also Metal Gear Rising, it was cool to see Raiden just suplex that giant mech near the end of the game.
Nanobots, son. What's that guy say? The politician. He was like one of the final bosses.
Senator Armstrong.
Yeah, he looked like a Chud if Chud became president.
No, he was kind of pushed like this boomer message of like social Darwinism and like the strong should rule and the weak should be put in their place.
When
But it was like
he means people that have the capital to afford to upgrade themselves with nanomachines.
yeah, that's what it was. So it was just like totalitarian capitalism.
It's like a nanomachine oligarchy, basically. And nanarchs. Like, do you know anything about the game Snatcher, which is another game Kojima wrote, and it has a cool premise, but it's fucking retarded, especially near the end.
No, I'm not familiar with Snatcher.
Snatcher's like a point and click sci-fi game. It's like Blade Runner, basically, where you go to this unit that has to hunt down these robots that pretend to be humans. And you just kind of deal with cases, but obviously it goes peak Kojima writing where everything's connected, the bad guys. I'm not saying this is what happens, but the general idea. The bad guy's your dad all along, and you were part of an ancient, you're part of an old program to breed the perfect warrior, and you were the only one who could kill me. That was your purpose all along. And shit like that. That's Kojima writing.
Yeah, I hate Kojima stands because it was the other people who were writing Metal Gear Solid is why Metal Gear Solid's so good because Death Stranding I got for free on PlayStation one time. I could only bear to play like 2 hours of it because it was just so far up his own ass with it.
The original Ghost in the Shell movie is the same way, where it's super fucking pretentious when they try to be deep and intellectual. It's like it's cool. They do tons of cool things, but when they try to have a message, it's always like autistic Japanese shit where they just. It's more about how it just sounds cool, like if they just name drop Aristotle, then it's like anything after that's like super deep, and that somehow ties into like nanomachines and stuff.
Or you see like millennials try to write like super deep stuff, like the new God of War games are a good example of this, where like the Kratos in the game is even nowhere near the same character of the original God of War Kratos.
Wait, you're talking about the new God of Wars?
Yeah, especially Ragnarok. That one's fucking off. I never bought it or played it. I watched a friend of mine play it one time, and it was. I don't know. I saw the black Norse gods, and I just checked out.
Yeah. Like Kratos just looks weaker, and it doesn't feel genuine that he's overcome his rage, and his rage was also completely justified because the gods were one of the older God of Wars, they retconned it so all the gods were like corrupted by Pandora's box or something. They weren't just assholes, which that kind of sucked too. They should have just been assholes.
Yeah, it was shown like the only one that was kind of moral was Athena in the original ones.
Yeah.
But it's like they literally like killed his entire family, his brother.
Yeah, he was 100% justified. Like,
he went
like it's not like like, yeah, I guess it might make you an angry person. You have to, learn to let go of that, but it wasn't unjustified. Like, there is righteous anger. There can be a situation where a whole town wants to kill you and you can kill them all in self-defense.
Well, in God of War 3, they really try to moral fag you even harder with, whenever you kill a god, some natural disaster happens in Greece.
Yeah. But I feel like that's not moral fagging. I felt like they were trying to show you the consequences of fucking over that god. And it makes you feel badass. It's actually awesome how Kratos is so pissed off that he is willing to kill these gods. He's willing to just to destroy Poseidon and flood the earth. It's like, yeah, that's what righteous anger feels like. It's like, you know what? Fuck the whole world. I'm just gonna get revenge. That's actually badass.
I remember too in God of War 3, if you came across like normal humans, if you just killed them, you get health.
Dude, it's God of War lifts a lot of stuff from Legacy of Kain, which does this similar. Legacy of Kain Blood Omen also had it originally had all these, they're basically mages that control a different element, and they all get corrupted by evil, and you gotta hunt them down and kill them all. But you are also a vampire, and your health pickups are literally slaves and civilians and prisoners that are begging for their lives, and you just crack them open and sip. And it's like, that's awesome. That's super badass, and that still happens in the 3D games. I'm pretty sure God of War ripped off Soul Reaver, honestly, because Soul Reaver has the same premise.
Well, I think the first God of War came out 2004.
I know it was the early PlayStation 2 era, so it's got to be 2002 or something.
Because the first two came out on the PS2, then there was two on the PS3, then there was God of War 3 and Ascension on the PS3.
Yeah, like probably 2002, 2004. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 came out in like 1998. And that, like, the game opens up with you being fucked over, and then you come back to life to hunt down the fuckers that killed you, pretty much. And there are also humans that are around. The world's ruled by vampires, and there are still humans that are around, and they are completely fucking helpless against you or the vampires. They are completely fucking helpless, and you can just kill them and eat their soul for health. When I was playing that game, I'm like, I'm pretty damn sure God of War ripped this off.
In Legacy of Kain, is there any incentive to not kill humans, or is it just like, hey, free health pickup?
Free health. There's no reason. Like, you just do it. Especially Blood Omen. Like, Soul Reaver, there's not as many humans. Blood Omen, literally, you are going town to town, wiping towns out, cracking people open and zipping. The mages, like the guardians that all went crazy, they've all been like ravaging the world, and they still have followers and people worshiping them. So these people just go to these mages' hideouts and just get tortured and like taken as prisoners and killed. And then when you go into their dungeons, their houses, you're just going through cracking open and sipping these victims of these mages. Like I was loving like every bit of that. Blood Omen is from 1995 or something. It's super old, but I genuinely enjoyed that shit.
What World of Darkness games would you recommend? The only one I've ever really played was the first Vampire the Masquerade.
Bloodlines is obviously good. It's just buggy, and you got to build your character pretty well. You have to decide, like, I'm going to be a gun character, so make sure you go as hard into that as possible, and you won't have problems. Then there's another game I haven't played, but I plan to. It's Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, where you play as a crusader knight in medieval times who gets turned into a vampire, and that presents a spiritual crisis. And you actually get to explore the World of Darkness setting in the Dark Ages time period, which has its own book series of what was going on in the medieval times, basically, with all the vampires and mages and shit. So that would be another one. That's pretty much it. There's not much good shit about it, about the setting, other than the books, the old ones. It might arguably be the best fictional setting. Period. It's just. It's full of retards, and retards are in control of it now.
Yeah. What was that Crusader vampire one? What'd you say it was called again?
Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. It's really old. It's like 1999. It's an RPG, but you have a party, and it's not really turn-based. The combat is
like
it's
real time with pause.
It's like sort of turn-based, sort of not, because you walk up to an enemy and you start fighting each other, and then the way that combat happens, it's like turns are happening, but it's in real time. So, like, I think there might be like a speed stat, and that would affect how fast your character attacks and shit like that.
Or maybe is it like Star Wars: The Old Republic? Knights of the Old Republic.
Probably. I have not played those games, but if it's the general idea, you walk up to the enemy, and then RPG combat starts happening in real time, then yeah.
Well, the game's $3 on Steam. I guess I'll buy it and try it out.
I was gonna.
I've heard
play it
you
at some point.
Well, I figure obviously like your fondness for like the term mage and that title and all that comes from World of Darkness. I've heard you talk about a game called Mage the Ascension. I didn't know if that was a video game or not.
It did inspire me a lot, but Mage is not about having like philosophical enlightenment. It's about having an awakening where you can bend reality. And whenever I'm talking about mages in real life, I'm talking about philosophy, about like objectifying subjectivity and shit. But Mage the Ascension is really badass because everybody does magic, but it's basically just aesthetics. That's the only difference. Some people do science. There's like the technocracy. They're like they want to triple vax boost your ass, and they control they social engineer the masses, and they're in the military industrial complex and shit, and they do super science. And then on the tradition side, you do have like at every tradition throughout history. There are Celtic druids and Vikings and shit. The traditions are basically on the back foot. They're basically losing to the technocracy. So then what ends up happening is you have Shaolin monks, witches, Vikings, Templar knights, mad scientists, cyberpunks, jihadis, and like alchemists and hermetic wizards and shit, all fighting on the same side. Like you basically have so basically you would be a like Celtic druid that practices like actual like all the traditions from that ancestral magic and dealing with spirits and dryads and stuff. And then your accomplice would possibly begrudgingly be like an African shaman who does voodoo and shit. And you'll basically be like, listen, we don't like each other, but we hate the New World Order more, so we are going to help each other do terrorism. And that's basically it. That's Mage the Ascension.
No. Yeah, I just wonder if there's like a video game for it. All I'm really seeing is just like looks like tabletop stuff.
No, not for Mage the Ascension, just Vampire.
Yeah.
Mage of the Ascension's basically unadaptable.
Yeah.
But it's just World of Darkness and Mage in particular just teaches you like there's these like things, these principles of the universe happening, and they just sometimes look like different things, but they are the same thing. A person can be a fairy or an alien or something, and they're still a person. Or you have a Celtic druid here, and you have a hippie drug enthusiast here, and they're both doing magic their own way.
Yeah, isn't Mage the Ascension in the same universe as World of Darkness, or am I mistaken?
It's the same setting. All the game lines, the old game lines are all the same. It's vampire, mage, werewolf, changeling, which is about fairies and elves and shit. And then they all share a universe and they interact with each other.
So is there like a new timeline now, or it's different?
They have this new game line where they aren't connected and everything's smaller scale, and then they went back to the old setting and then rewrote it to kind of suck more. Everything's still related, but they're kind of shitting the bed. Like, they're kind of fucking everything up. Like, it's too much to get into to describe exactly everything they're fucking up, but they are fucking it up.
I'll just take your word. I'm not as well versed on it. I just always been more of like a 40k fag.
I like Warhammer too.
Warhammer.
I just got roped into a group that got me really into it. I've read like 50 game books from World of Darkness. It's just.
I did like Cyberpunk 2020.
I didn't touch that, but I touched Shadowrun a bit.
Shadowrun, I played one game. It was on the 360 at friend's house. It was Shadowrun, but it was like an FPS. And it seemed like a Shadowrun version of like CSGO or Quake or something like that.
I haven't played any of the games. Apparently it has a really good game on the Super Nintendo or something.
I know there's like a CRPGs of Shadowrun. There's like 2 or 3 of them. I know the general premise is like cyberpunk and high fantasy.
Yeah, there's together. Dragons or CEOs and a lot of people randomly mutated into orcs and shit. Amerigoblins actually happened.
I used to be in a D&D as well, but then it became so like soy cooked, I just got out of it.
D&D was always just too basic for me. Like, I always wanted to play it as a kid, but once I started tabletop, I moved past it.
I always liked Warhammer more, but D&D was just fun as tabletop. Warhammer's just more of like actual war fighting game, not really an RPG so much.
It also has RPGs too, which are pretty fun. Like you can play as Imperial Guard, Chaos Space Marines. You can play as like the game Black Crusade is about basically being in a Chaos warband or forming a cabal or whatever, and you just do evil shit.
Yeah, I liked my favorite Warhammer games was the Total War ones. I liked Warhammer Dawn of War, and then I liked the 2 Space Marine games.
Yeah, I played all those too. I haven't played Space Marine 2 because I don't think I can run it, but
Space Marine 2 is pretty good.
The games
Then
are
there's,
generally
like-
pretty good. I played Tau Fire Warrior, and that fucking sucked. Not because you play as the Tau, because the game is shit. It sucks to play it.
Obviously, I never played the game. I'm not really too interested in it anymore, but I did really get into the lore of Trench Crusade, and it was like a game world that they're making to be kind of like Warhammer, and they're putting out the files where you can just 3D print your own figurines. And the whole premise of the world was, when the first crusade happened, a portal to hell got opened up in Jerusalem, and all these agents of hell and all that came out, and there's like been this continual holy war between the Christians and the forces of hell, and then there's a Muslim faction that wasn't really talked about much. But it has some cool stuff, like people could convert to hell's side, and they would go into hell and get tormented and blessed with sin, and would become like these super soldiers and all that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds alright. I've seen the art, and the art looks cool, but I never cared beyond that.
I got to a bit, but then they're like, they soyed out and were trying to say like the forces of hell are like the heckin' good guys.
So they're cocked. It's another.
And like in the lore, like they literally only exist to like genocide and rape. Those are the good guys.
Wait, are the developers framing it that way, or is it the players?
The players doing that, then developers took like the true side on that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for saying the T word. But...
We do have to avoid it, but whatever.
Yeah, just have it. I hardly ever say that.
I know. I stopped myself, and I have to say I just try to say trans.
Yeah. But anyways, like they were saying, frame it like hell is the good guys, and then instead of the developers saying anything about that, they just went, yeah, all these chuds saying like the Christians are good and try to use this for like far right stuff. Like, we don't want you here. We just want the trans here.
Yeah, that happens. Fucking.
Like, okay.
That just keeps happening. That obviously fucking happened in World of Darkness too, because the technocracy is kind of like the idea of the government and all government conspiracies. They have a sub-faction named the New World Order, and you know the trans. They wanted to make the technocracy progressive and hate bigots. Whenever the technocracy almost had a rebellion because they literally laugh at the idea of women's rights, because they're literally the man, the system, the status quo. They're the man in the suit. They don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, but it's even happening with Warhammer. You can say it's already probably happened with Warhammer, where it's like soyed out, and they try to put I remember Games Workshop, that was like a year or two ago, they tried to say there's like female space marines and custodies. Even though the lore was already written only males could be space marines.
Yeah, they were trying to push for that. There's female custodians or something now. I don't entirely know how custodians are made, but you know, like women just can't handle the transformation into a space marine.
Well, it's like only the strongest males could do it, and you had to like be a space marine. They took you when you're like, I think in lore it's like 8 years old to train you up, and most of them die before they become actual space marine.
It's supposed to be absurdly grim dark how they do that. They go through all of that and then they just get killed by an orc. who was
Being
born
with
yesterday.
the women, being with like the woman thing, like you already had the Sisters of Battle, the Silent Sisters, you know. Like you already had these female specific groups.
Yeah, they want to change these fucking fantasy worlds to adapt to their feelings. That don't like, because these settings are fantastical, but they're still grounded in real life to an extent. Like, it's all sci-fi, but it's supposed to be, you know, there's humans and there's generally the laws of physics.
Yeah, real Oni in the chat said, "What if they're low on males? Would compulsory conscription for women be a thing?" No, they get put in the guards. Man.
No, yeah, you become an Imperial Guardsman. If people are low on males, then you don't get Space Marines. That's literally why they go to planets and abduct people by the thousands.
Yeah, if you're a guardsman, you're just thrown at the wave and you're expected to live like 5 seconds. Maybe try one way, the commissar just shoots you in the back of the head with a bolt pistol.
You know, the thing I hate most about these tabletop settings is they're usually punk, where all organizations are corrupt and you basically can only count on yourself and individual action. And then leftists always want to sanitize the settings so that the institutions are progressive, when that was never the point. Like, they're supposed to be corrupt, brutal shitholes. They're not pro-trans rights.
Gorbachev, the war genocider, would never do a heckin' transphobe.
It was still... Yeah, I would see that shit on Reddit all the time. There was this big meme where in the Star Wars show Andor, an Imperial officer tried to rape a woman, and the soy Star Wars fans were like, Darth Vader would never allow this in his empire. I'd be like, you talking about the dude that kills children? You think he would care about that? You think Palpatine doesn't think it's funny?
But it's even like, one of the greatest examples is just Starship Troopers and how they try to say humans are bad and the bugs are good. Even though the bug is just a literal living weapon. Like, it only exists to attack and kill.
They're retarded about their point. The point is that, like, the bugs are a stand-in for some kind of war on terror narrative.
Well, it's supposed to be communism. If you go off the book, that's what the bug's supposed to represent.
Yeah, just like, it's just an idea that you're fighting an enemy and they're not other people. They pretty much are. They kind of live up to the propaganda.
Is the book better than the movie? I enjoyed the movie quite a bit.
The book is much more sci-fi. Like, the whole concept of power armor came from the Starship Troopers book, and they had shoulder-mounted nukes and all that.
I wish the book was adapted more. I wish more of the book was in the movie. The movie is cool. I just wish, like, when you read the book is also cool. And the different things they do in it, you wish it was in the movie. Like the power armor that fly around and shoot nukes.
Like, if you dropped 3 Starship Troopers from the book on Earth, they'd take it over.
Yeah, that was their whole thing. The Starship Troopers could level a planet with just, like 3 of them. There was this whole other alien race that they were just annihilating. It just did not stand a chance. They dropped in like a squad of 3 roughnecks. I think that was the name of his regiment, and they just were unstoppable.
Who's the author? Is this all he's known for writing?
Get the author's name. He fought in like Korea or World War II. He was a Marine.
It's Robert Heinlein. Didn't he also write Jurassic Park? Or is it somebody else?
That's somebody else.
Okay, I'm mixing them up. Okay, the other guy wrote Jurassic Park and the
Crichton.
Andromeda Strain.
Crichton.
Crichton, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know anything else he's done. I'm pretty sure people only know him for Starship Troopers. The book's good, especially if you find a good audiobook for it. It's pretty enjoyable.
Robert Heinlein sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, that's why I was confusing him with other things. I'm like, that name sounds like it's connected to other things, but I don't know what.
Yeah, I never even read the Jurassic Park book. I've only ever seen the movies.
No one's read the books. The movies seem to do perfectly fine. I don't know if there is a problem with them. I don't know what it is. The movies, the first movie at least is great.
But I gotta get going to bed now, Dags. It was good talking to you, and thanks for having me on.
Good talking. Always a good time.
Yeah,
Take
see
care.
you guys. And I should be streaming tomorrow night if y'all are interested in joining.
I would love to come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright,
well,
later, Celtic Cat.
see you guys.
Later.
Have you read the Fight Club book?
No. Is it good? Is it different from the movie?
That's what I was wondering. I like the movie, but I haven't read the book yet, so I don't know if it was worth reading or.
Yeah, movie's great. Like, I don't know what. There's some adaptations. You haven't read the book, but they feel good enough that you don't see a point.
Yeah, I would assume like there's some adaptations that are just better than the book. Jurassic Park 1, the first one, is really good.
Yeah, that's just one of the classics. It's like one of the best movies. It's not one of my favorite movies. It's like one of the best movies produced.
Yeah, it'd be hard to read the book without a John Williams score in the background.
Yeah, and the Andromeda Strain movie is pretty good. I've read the book, same author as Jurassic Park. The Andromeda Strain movie is pretty good, and that's what happens in the book, what happens in the movie.
I've never seen that one.
It's a very realistic sci-fi. The only actual sci-fi element is there's an alien disease that lands on Earth, and then they have this really crazy lab for studying it, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is pretty realistic.
Yeah, I posted a wizard tower for you in your random channel.
Yeah, I saw it. It was yeah, that would be fun. It's a little too small, like diameter wise, but I wouldn't be upset with it.
Yeah, well, the things I was talking about that are on top of the tower, those little bumps going up and down, that's what I meant by the crenellations. I don't know if that's the right word for it.
I don't know the right word either. I just called them ramparts. Depends how much of a pain in the ass those are to maintain.
I don't think they would be high maintenance. I mean, unless you're taking like trebuchet fire to them on a regular basis.
I don't know at what rate the structural integrity of stone structures starts to be compromised.
You just have to redo the mortar every once in a while.
Yeah, that would be ideal. Even that, I mean, the rooms would be pretty cramped, but if I have 3 5x5 rooms, I mean, that's basically a palace to me. That's more space than I need.
Yeah. Anything more than 1,000 square feet isn't really necessary.
Hey, you just need your room for your kitchen, and then whatever fucking room, and then the room with your bed and computer, and that's it.
Right.
A kitchen, a bathroom, and a place to sleep.
I could go without a bathroom. That's what we were talking about. I will shit in the woods and piss out the window.
Well, it spreads diseases, and sanitation might be a problem with that, but I see your point.
I mean, not really if you're smart about it.
You just have to deal with it properly. You don't like shit in the creek that you drink out of.
You just have to not be stupid about it. Like, you can even bury your shit, and that will. You can shit in your fucking garden for a bit and use that for fertilizer. It's still completely stupid to me, the idea of, unless you live in a city, the idea of using plumbing for pissing. You can piss anywhere if there's grass. Like, if there's a potted plant, you can piss in it.
Did I hear you say that you prefer chicken over beef?
I don't prefer it, it's just chicken is cheaper.
Yeah, he can't afford it, which is a difference.
What's your preferred protein?
Ideally, I guess I would eat steaks and shit, but realistically, chicken and peanut butter and eggs.
I found this thing at my Kroger they have where they have like the excess cuttings off of the salmon, the smoked salmon that they prepare. So they prepare like smoked salmon for lox and bagels or whatever, and the excess cuttings of the fish they sell it at a discount. They put it in a little tub. And they sell it at a hefty discount from the premium cuts, and it's really good. Like it's good fish. There's some gristle in it, but if you chew around the gristle, it's really good fish for the price. It's like less than half the price of just buying the smoked salmon.
Yeah, fish is a bit. I don't really like fish too much, and it's not really cost effective, but I would absolutely eat and love fish if I was surviving in the woods. Like, I have absolutely no problem getting it for free.
Free. Yeah.
If it's free, I love fish.
Yeah, it is expensive. Like I only eat it every once in a while as a treat, but that's why I brought up the excess cuttings. They were selling them at such a hefty discount. It's like $3 for half a pound. It's like crazy good deal on protein.
That's still not cheap enough for me because I'm eating great value chicken breasts and eggs, and it's already cutting it close.
Do you drink milk?
Once in a while. And
I don't really drink it by itself, but I'll mix it with my coffee and just have like an iced coffee milk.
I was mostly just kind of eating cereal a bit because I was craving something sweet. So, because otherwise, I only get milk in my mac and cheese. I am just going back and forth, mostly eating eggs and potatoes and chicken and rice. My dad actually signed up for, I think, Meals on Wheels for old people, but he's not going to eat the food, so he just gets 10 of these. They're like TV dinners, kind of. He gets like 10 of these for free, and I'm just going to be eating those, I guess. 'Cause he doesn't eat them. And they suck. They do suck, but they're free. I can't complain about free shitty TV dinners.
What does he eat instead?
He can drive again, so he's just going out and eating, blowing money on that. But he makes good food sometimes. He made some slow roast with cheese and potatoes and shit, and we were eating that. That was good. I enjoyed that. He makes fucking hamburger helper and shit. He makes he makes like slow roast stew kind of, and then I put butter and cheese and shit in it, and it tastes good.
Yeah, crock pots are great.
I'm sure it's not good for me, but I've been eating like a pack of Kraft mac and cheese a day.
It's not good for you, but it's cheap and it's enjoyable. So I enjoy it when I eat macaroni and cheese, even though I know it's shit.
Like today, I had a gas station burger in the morning. Then I drank coffee throughout the day. I had a couple of slices of cold cut salami and capricola and mozzarella cheese. Just and what else? A cookie, an almond and macadamia nut cookie. And then I went home and cooked myself up some mac and cheese. Pretty much that's it.
Did you eat a burger from Sheetz?
No, I ate a gas station burger from Kogo's.
What is it
Are
like?
Sheetz burgers any good?
No, they suck.
They suck, but it's just like in the morning, it's a fresh burger. You put some mayonnaise or ketchup on it. It's like children's. It's what they serve middle schoolers and elementary school students.
It blatantly tastes like a thin strip of frozen preservative patty.
Yeah, but the patty was actually pretty thick, and it had a good chunk of cheese on it. It was just,
it's just
about it.
Compared to if you just buy a beef patty and grill it up, like these burgers, gas station burgers are fucking shit and pretty overpriced.
Yeah, $3 for that was bullshit.
$3 for a burger? That's got to be like not real food.
Yeah.
I would be afraid of eating that. I still would, but I would be wondering what's in it to make it that cheap.
All gas station food sucks.
Yeah, you pretty much just eat gas station food because you fall into like wage slavery where you have money and you're you're in pain and mental agony from work, so you just as capitalism exploits you, it presents you with an expensive solution to throw more of your money away for you to try to remedy your pain with overpriced anesthetic. Like every time when I eat a homemade burger, I'm like, I can't believe people pay like 3 times as much for this for shittier quality from fast food.
Yeah, the problem is it's like once you're at the gas station, you're just kind of there, and it just hypnotizes you. And it's like, buy me, and I was like, fuck it. I have little discipline, but at the same time, my brain was just sort of like, who cares? You're just gonna die anyway.
Well, that's exactly what they capitalize on. Like, that's exactly what they're taking advantage of, and it's working. That's how they stay in business.
I've had some street tacos from a gas station that were pretty good before. They had some Latinxes back there, like cooking up fresh chicken, dicing up some fresh veggies, throw it on a corn tortilla. It was pretty good.
Was this a chain gas station or?
No, it was just like a one-off thing, like a hole in the wall.
Yeah, the food trucks can be pretty good. Last year there was this food truck that sells exclusively like lobster-based shit, and obviously the lobster, it's very few and far between. They try to get you to eat like a lobster grilled cheese, so that it's mostly not lobster because that's fucking expensive, especially in this economy. So it's pretty good. Apparently it's pretty good. My dad gave me money to go get food from it, and I just pocketed it. I got the food he wanted. I brought that to him. He gave me some food for myself. I'm like, I'm just gonna keep the money. I don't give a shit about this food truck.
Lobster's lobster's overpriced. It tastes kind of like just like shrimp, but they're charging like a lot more than shrimp. It's like a big shrimp.
Yeah, lobster's just bullshit to eat. It's no fucking wonder Red Lobster's failing because everything's in decline. Like, nobody has money, and it's costing more to produce anything.
Yeah, like the whole American economy is just based on scamming people. There's like nobody's actually producing anything useful.
The food is in a race to the bottom to make it more synthetic and cheap as possible to keep up with the rising costs and stagnant wages. Genuinely just a dystopia that everybody's a psycho and participates in to keep it going. Honestly, these Meals on Wheels that they give to elderly, I'm looking at it like, elderly are eating this shit. This would be racing you to your death eating this crap.
Yeah, maybe that's the point.
I know it's free, and therefore Americans think it must suck, especially since there's probably corruption involved. Somebody's skimming shit off the top. And that manifests as plastic food. I ate a fucking my dad randomly got Lunchables, and he was like, you can eat those if you want. And I was eating the Lunchables because I wanted to relearn how shit they were. And it's like eating plastic, and they feed this shit to kids.
When I was a kid, I thought Lunchables were so good. And then I tried it again as an adult, and it was like, yeah, this is literal trash. How is this legal?
But not only did you grow up, it actually did get worse over time. All the food's getting worse.
I used to love banquet fried chicken TV dinners as a kid. They're so horrible for you, but they're so good.
I was eating those as a wage cuck that didn't know how to cook.
They would
I
have
like being a good
what's
wolf.
up? No, they just had 2 pieces of like chicken, a chicken thigh, and a chicken breast. Sometimes a wing. Then it would have like corn and mashed potatoes, and it was just like, oh wow.
Chicken's really hard to mess up, so even in a TV dinner, it's probably edible.
Well, I always loved the calzones and the hot pockets. Those were my favorite microwavable foods. The calzones, I would eat a lot of them. The problem is they're either like cold in the middle or they're so hot they burn your tongue. The
Yeah,
microwavable like hot pockets and calzones. Yeah, I haven't
might-
seen those microwavable calzones in a while though. Like not since I was 18. I don't think they make them anymore.
I think the microwave cooks it very unevenly. If you cook it in a normal oven, it might come out a little better.
I also liked one thing I do like of that's microwavable. Maybe this is the WAP in me, but like that those pizza subs. You know what I'm talking about? Like the garlic bread that has the pizza on it. Like kind of like microwavable pizzas, but
Yeah,
they're like on garlic bread crust.
right.
They
Yeah.
have a little bit of pepperoni and cheese and tomato sauce.
Yeah, I loved Hot Pockets. They just cost too much to really justify eating them.
Really, they cost too much? Shit, they used to
Yeah.
be cheap. They used to be cheap back in the day.
I mean, even 10 years ago, I shouldn't have been eating those. I wish I knew how to cook. I'd have thousands saved up. Just suck it. I would have just wanted to just suck it up, go past sheets, don't stop, and don't get Chinese food. Just fuck it. You can make Chinese food at home for a quarter of the price.
I think my guilty goy slop meal would be a Red Baron. I'd rather eat a Red Baron than order from most fast food pizza places.
Are you talking about like what is that the Tony's Pizza, that like welfare gas station Dollar General type pizzas?
No, I'm talking about Red Baron, the frozen pizzas that you would get
Yeah, that's
frozen.
basically. I know what Red Baron is, dude. My dad
Oh,
used
yeah.
to cook that shit all the time. That and Tony's, which had like a guy with a tomato on his head. And then Red Baron, I remember everybody had Red Baron. Sometimes if it was on sale, he would get the better quality shit like Tombstone or what is that? There's another one, but it had like stuffed crust in it. It was
DiGiorno's.
DiGiorno's.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Dude, I was fucking rolling in it when I was initially on food stamps and you got the extra COVID stimulus with food stamps. I was eating fucking like great value stuffed crust pizzas that were real good. Those deep dish pizzas, those frozen ones are amazing and they cost too much.
They cost way too much for what it is.
Yeah, not the great value one, but the deep dish pizzas. They're really fucking good, but expensive.
Do you have mellow mushrooms in the where you live?
But
The pizza chain.
no.
Yeah, they're pretty good as far as the chain goes.
What is it called? Mellow mushrooms?
Yeah, mellow mushroom.
Bellow mushroom or mellow mushroom?
With an M. Mellow.
Wow. What's this place? That sounds like a hippie weed store. Like, what's that about?
Yeah, it's kind of they have kind of a hippie theme to it. So they have like sort of psychedelic decor. Like it is a little bit hippie themed.
Where's this? Where's this located? Where are you from?
Well, it's in Texas and other parts of the South.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's I don't know how it's a fairly big chain. It's I don't know. I guess it's not up in the north.
No, I've never heard of it. The closest thing we have to like a fast food joint that's popular in the South that I personally love is Steak and Shake.
Yeah, that was good when it was around and then it closed down.
Are they like all gone? Is Steak and Shake kaput?
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe I
For
don't know about
real?
from the country, but it's definitely gone from this whole region.
Hold on. There was used to be abundance of Steak and Shakes like 15 years ago. What happened?
They closed down. I used to eat at them like 8 years ago, and they're gone now. The COVID killed them.
Holy shit, you're right, man. You're right. The closest one to my place is in St. Clairsville, Ohio. So it's not even the same state I live in. What the hell? Hold on. That permanently closed, permanently closed, permanently closed, permanently closed, another permanently closed way out in the sticks. They're all permanently closed. Holy shit. There has to be. No, permanently closed and Steak and Shake here is that still around? Let's Okay, there's one Steak and Shake and that's way out at the that's way out in the suburbs of near the fucking yeah, okay. There's only one around and hold on, there's a Steak and Shake and
Yeah, well,
no,
basically it's gone. It's
yeah,
basically gone.
it's basically gone, huh? Sorry, that's a Shake Shack. That's not a Steak and Shake. I got confused. So the Steak and Shake that is still around, yeah. There's only one in some obscure area, and that's 50 miles away. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Steak
you
and
weren't
Shake was
kidding.
good, but I definitely, knowing what I know now about food and saving money, I would never have eaten there.
Yeah, I don't blame you, but when you're with your parents and somebody else is paying for it, it's like heaven sent. I would always get the triple steak burger. By the way, guys, I was sounding awkward because I was looking at Google GPS where to find Steak and Shake. But yeah, they had pretty decent sized burgers and really thin French fries with a lot of salt, and I would always get their banana milkshakes. They were so fucking good. Or they would do the half banana milkshake, half chocolate. They were just an excellent restaurant. And then they're just, yeah.
The number one thing
Nobody,
for me was the garlic steak burger, the dessert, and I think they also had mushroom Swiss burgers, which were amazing. Dairy Queen had mushroom Swiss burgers that mushroom Swiss burgers at Dairy Queen 5 years ago. That was like my favorite fucking thing, period, in fast food.
you
That
know,
was that was amazing.
not to be a fat guy, but yeah, like 10, 20 years ago, I used to eat at Burger King, Burger Queen. Well, not Burger Queen. What the fuck is it called? Dairy Queen. And they had some pretty okay burgers, better than some of the shit I would get at the Burger King down the street. But
I think
I
it
don't.
was Steak and Shake that they recently did like this marketing push about tallow fries, that they're frying their French fries in beef tallow instead of seed oils. Have you guys tried that?
No. That's like
Yeah,
that.
I tried.
It's lining up with like that Robert F. Kennedy
Yeah,
push.
yeah, it's like the health, like the we're gonna make America healthy again or whatever.
Which they gave up
And
on.
that's I don't normally go to Steak and Shake, but I went there to try that because I mean I do support frying things in tallow instead of seed oils, so you know I let the marketing work on me because I support the cause. So I went and tried it, and I didn't really like their skinny fries. Like they were too tiny. They weren't even long either. They were just like really tiny little shrimpy fries.
Now,
And I prefer like big thick steak fries or something.
yeah,
like a thick
you got to
cut
give me
fry.
steak fries or potato wedges.
Yeah, I like thicker cut fries, and theirs are just too small, so I didn't really care for it. But I was impressed that they supposedly are actually using beef tallow to fry their fries.
Yeah, their fries did suck. I never cared about the fries. They always gave you fries with the burger, and it was just like shit. I was only there for the burger and the shake. Yeah, if I guess if I had money to spare, I'd probably be making mushroom Swiss burgers.
Mushroom Swiss burgers, yeah, with portobello fried mushroom, and like you could add whatever. Well, you can build your own burger whenever you want, dude.
Yeah, you can. It's not hard to make a garlic burger either. Make garlic sauce for it, because that was my favorite thing to eat, and that was basically just a burger with garlic sauce with a lot of salt and pepper and some garlic on the bun.
I don't know. There's always been something about like just the traditional like Whopper with just mayonnaise and sauce and like ketchup, just it fusing with the red onion and the meat patty. I don't know, but the last time I ate at Burger King, it was just shit, and I was disappointed. Maybe the bread was overcooked. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the fast food. I mean, fast food before was already stupid because it cost too much. Now it's not even good anymore. The restaurants suck, and they're all overpriced. So you might as well just hold out until you can get home and just spend a few more minutes grilling and baking a chicken breast or something.
Yeah, the last time I ate fast food and actually enjoyed it was probably Steak and Shake. But like the last like mainstream fast food joint that I really enjoyed, like as a kid, like really changed in its taste was Wendy's. Like I remember like 1999 just eating at Wendy's and everything came in this yellow wrapper and it was just better than what it actually was. It tasted great as a kid and now it's all greasy and just I don't know. It's not as fresh anymore.
That is one thing that I agree with the boomers about is their desire to just be left alone so they can grill. Like I do agree. Like grilling is very very satisfactory to sit there and grill your food and eat what you want.
Yeah, I would grill. Like it's cost effective too, and if you're surviving, you're grilling too.
I think if you don't eat
a
it,
burger's gonna be better every fucking time grilling it.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with you. It all depends on how you cook it, but in my opinion, if you don't eat at home, in today's, state of things in today's economy, you're pretty much, a brainwashed fool, unless the food you're getting access to is free or is relatively reduced in price.
Yeah, I'll eat shit if it's free. I'm eating garbage that's free right now. Not right now, but Probably after this.
Awesome maxing.
Is it chicken and rice?
No, chicken and rice is good. That's not garbage. I love chicken and rice with sour cream and sweet Thai sauce. I genuinely enjoy that, and it's cheap as hell. But I'm gonna eat garbage like Meals on Wheels TV dinners that we get for free.
Nice.
Well, guys, it's about my Anatolian bedtime, so I'll talk to y'all later.
Take care, man.
Yep, later.
See ya.
See ya.
So what were you guys talking about for the past couple hours? I just got here like 5-10 minutes ago.
Game shows and food.
Nice.
What's up, North? How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just lying down.
It's a shame that YouTube gave me a strike.
Yeah, I know. What can you do, though?
Yeah. I was streaming on Rumble, and it just seemed a little bit awkward to me. I'm surprised Dags hasn't streamed on Rumble. Have you ever decided to give that a shot?
No one will watch it, so there's no point. Like you got over 30 viewers. I would probably get like 10 viewers. So there's no point in doing it.
I think you would get a lot more than I would get as a streamer, not gonna lie.
Well, even if I got new viewers on Rumble, they would probably be retards that want to talk about retarded conspiracies.
To be fair, nobody said anything on my Rumble stream, so I'm gonna guess it was just bots and nobody was really watching except for maybe a couple of people.
Rumble is pretty botted.
Like maybe 15 people were actually watching at the, which is pretty good. The problem is nobody uses Rumble, nobody gets notifications for Rumble, and there's really nothing to watch on Rumble.
It's just right-wing garbage on there, usually.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's just useful as an archive site, and that's it. Yeah, it is the biggest. Like right now, the biggest show on Rumble is Tim Pool. So. They have a bunch of fucking right-wing Zionists, establishment puppets that are acting like they need to be on Rumble so they don't get censored.
Oni, Real Oni says, Rumble doesn't have an app. Yes, it does. I have a Rumble app on my phone right now. Rumble does have an app. But it is hard to get Rumble going, honestly. It's too commercialized, and it's like a kind of clunky, kind of what YouTube was back in 2005. Same thing with BitChute. I also have an Odyssey account and a BitChute account. I sent the links, and there's really nothing going on those channels other than using them as an archive. Well, occasionally you'll find some gems on there that are kind of interesting. You know, the more controversial videos that YouTube does not want you to see. But it seems pretty shallow as a whole, like there's really no community on there.
No one cares about these sites. You have to fight to be on the mainstream sites.
Are you still on Twitch, Dags, or are you just mainly doing YouTube now?
I started only streaming on YouTube because the software was getting overloaded and the connection was sucking, so I assumed it would help mitigate it if I only streamed to one platform. And then I just stopped caring. And I'll stream on Twitch if I get a strike or something eventually. Or I say YouTube or Twitch. Whatever. We live in a dystopia. You have to, if you want to survive, you have to be discreet.
Yep. Yeah, it's just getting depressing now. Like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, it just gets worse, and there's no end in sight. That's just what's happening.
How are you doing, Wolf? Everything good with you?
I'm just fatigued from working all the goddamn time and trying to have enough energy to do better with myself, but I always end up distracted and I always think things are going to get better, but I really just waste my time and feel fucking sorry for myself, and that's okay because tomorrow's a new day as I slowly, get closer to my demise. And that's fine either way. I feel like I don't really deserve to live.
Yeah, I don't see anything good ahead, so I'm just trying to just stream and finish some projects that I can, and that'll be it.
Kind of a very unfair world, isn't it? We all seem like really good people, yet it's just dangerous douchebags with very low IQs who scam, pillage, plunder, and grape people that seem to get any positive attention from, well, not only just women, but society as a whole. It seems like being a good person is a waste of time, almost. Even though I feel like it's the right thing to do.
Well, you can know what's right and wrong, but matter isn't moral and everybody's material. There's no morality out there. And inevitably, when you interact with the world that these animals make, you'll probably have to do something bad once in a while. That's what they do. But you could be like a bandit that kills people and know that, I wish we had a world where we didn't have to kill people. And the best thing the animals come up with is making a world where everybody lives in a lie and gets robbed subtly, and everybody's a slave with nothing to look forward to. Everybody's insane and lies to each other about what's happening. Everybody's lying about how productive and happy they are.
Well, it's all a rat race to oblivion anyway. I mean, humans think they're so fucking special because they can make shit, but at the end of it all, it's just matter, and it's gonna decay into nothing, and we're gonna die, and the human race is eventually gonna go extinct, and our memories, our creativity, our us building everything, and all the information that and thought process anybody has ever, created and orchestrated towards this reality is going to be it's going to be on deaf ears. It's going to not really exist anymore, but still exist in its own way. Like, books are written, but there will never be anybody to read them. Eventually, everything on this planet will decay back into nature.
I'm glad that death exists and people die, because life is like this insane, cruel joke where everybody is constantly lying and denying that death exists, and everybody obsesses over things that ultimately don't matter, to like have their labor exploited to exploit other people. And people just, beat and rob each other, lie to each other about what's happening, and then they all deny the approach of death and that they are actually going to become nothing.
Yeah, I didn't realize that how real this existence actually is, and how real death was actually going to be. I didn't understand that when I was younger, and I spent so much of my time just being angry and focusing on the wrong thing, and then spent so much time just running around worrying about bullshit. It's like, I wish I lived it up and partied a lot more than I had. Also, I wish I just invested my time into things that were a little bit more practical and made more sense, rather than trying to impress others or fit in areas I had no business trying to fit in with. Like, fuck socialization. Just do what I want to do to be happy. And I was putting too much faith in the human race, thinking that I was going to gain happiness from it. Nah.
Well, a lot of that's not your fault, though, Wolf. Because I guess you were rejected by your peers too, right? I think you mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I was a social reject, and I didn't understand how people actually were, and after years of working, I kind of now understand them a lot better than I did 15 years ago, and I'm able to push myself. I don't know. I feel it's a weird feeling. Like, I'm a little bit more happier right now than I was at 20, but I also kind of look forward towards my own demise a little bit more, because I know how painful existence actually is. But when I was much, much younger, let's say if a teenager, a kid, I kind of anticipated life was going to be more joyful, and there'd be a sense of meaning and ponder about life, rather than how actually shitty and painful and fearful everything actually is. But at moments I could feel good.
Everybody wishes that they knew better when they were younger, but that's the only way things were gonna play out.
Yeah.
You have to learn, and if people don't teach you, you don't learn, and you have to learn some other way.
The dreams of youth become the regrets of maturity.
I think it was around like 25 when I came to the full realization of like the way like people work, or at least somewhat.
I was much older than that. I was like 29 when I realized how fucked life was. Very into my 20s, I realized, oh, this is how people actually are. 28 and 29 sometime is when I took the black pill.
Yeah.
I just wish I was black pilled at 12. My life would have been better. Not
That's
gonna lie.
too young.
Yeah, I would have realized, okay, I'm a short, fat retard with autism with no future. Okay,
Yeah.
let me enjoy it before I croak. Let me enjoy the finer things in life, but let me enjoy the simpler things in life and not worry so much and be happy for what I have. That's pretty much it right now. I'm grateful that I can see. I'm grateful I can hear. I can read shit. I'm living by myself. I'm no longer homeless. It's not just about me. I mean, all you guys have your own problems that you're trying to figure out. And I cannot understand it at all. I can just listen and try to figure, just try to understand as much as I can. Thank you, Lone Hiker. I had a lot of normies call me that growing up, and it's including my parents and teachers, so I just figured there is definitely something wrong with me, but that's why I'm here.
You should try to get like a diagnosis of something, maybe, and then you get like a disability.
That's what I'll probably do.
Maybe you'll have better luck in the Pittsburgh area.
I always laugh at these boomers who say, I've never taken welfare or charity from anyone, and I'm a proud Zionist. And they actually said shit like that. Man, I met this boomer Jewish guy who was my Uber driver saying, my son is gay, but, I still love him, and, I'm a proud Zionist. And, I think supporting Israel's settlers is the biggest civil rights issue of our time in the 21st century, and shit like that. And I just wanted to jump out of there. I gave him a 1 star out of 5.
That's a guy that wants to, as hard as you work, that's a guy that wants to steal your tax dollars to pay for the real estate of some boomers in Israel to build on the bodies of dead kids. That is the world we live in.
Yeah.
And the amount of evil I just realized that was coming out of that guy's mouth, that I did not know how to respond to him then, but I know how to respond to him now. Not that I want to get into any conflict with a boomer, I just know now I understand them a lot better than I used to. And I understand how depraved and insane and brainwashed they are to be committed to such evil and such bullshit.
Oh, that's ignorance. Like they do it all because they're ignorant and they don't have to care. That's just the way it is. They literally don't know better, and they don't have a reason to care.
I think it's a mix of growing up in like the best time in history, but also grow up with like PTSD riddled fathers. Maybe that's a bad combination to and that's how they turn out the way they were. But I'm not sure.
It's probably why his son is gay. And that, and possibly some diddling from a rabbi, but it's always Catholic priests who do it. Get the hell out of here.
Well, religion is for retards, and they all molest their kids. Should I go for another hour? Because I need to walk away, piss, and throw some food in the microwave.
Well, it's getting pretty much to my Anatolian bedtime. Back to the wage cage tomorrow.
Oh, what time do you work?
You know how it is, 10 o'clock in the morning to not 8.
That sucks.
Yeah, I mean, get your about your 8 hours or so of sleep while you can.
Yeah.
I like bed rotting though. Like it's nice. It's what I'm doing right now. Ugh.
I do love rotting. I love rotting in my recliner and watching old funny shows or videos.
I think you say you don't have a mattress, right, Diggs?
Yeah, I don't have a mattress. I have an armchair, and I can use my dad's bed if I want a bed. Definitely not gonna spend money on a mattress. Like I still work on stuff and read and talk to people, but I've also just been kind of relaxing in the armchair, watch a bit of I was rewatching Invincibles, rewatching Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I was watching Angry Video Game Nerd, James and Mike Mondays. Was rewatching Retsupre. Just enjoyable stuff to do when you don't really just try not to care about wasting time or time running out.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
And when you can just not care, it feels good to just sit there and watch good shit.
Yeah. You don't care about aging or anything like that? Because I've noticed I got some gray hairs now, so I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, my facial hair is like a gray streak in it, but that's about it.
You should watch Snowpiercer, Dags. You can get on YouTube.
I don't know what Snowpiercer is.
I've seen that. Snowpiercer, that's a good movie.
What is it? What's it about?
I remember it being a bit of a morose sci-fi flick from, I think it was made in the early 2010s. It's directed by the same guy that did Parasite in 2019.
I don't know. Maybe if
It's
it's what?
it's about some Basic story is that there's a huge class system, sort of, and there's a lot of people on the back that are poor, and they end up starting an uprising, revolt, and go through the whole train trying to get to the person that runs it to take over.
Oh yeah, someone told me about this, probably on this stream, actually. Yeah, I might watch it eventually if I'm in a movie mood. I just haven't been in a movie mood. I've just been revisiting even just shit I've already seen, Adult Swim shows or dudes on YouTube.
New things every now and then. Might find something you like, might not.
Yes. Like right now, it's just like watching Red Supre because it's from 10 years ago, and even though it's just dudes watching someone play a game, it's like Mystery Science Theater. But they have like better commentary. It's not like lowbrow. It's somehow like fairly classy but funny commentary they do over these stupid games that I wouldn't want to play. That's it for now.
What is Snowpiercer about? I never heard of it.
I just said it was people living on a train where there's a class system and they have a rebellion.
I see.
And the entire outside area is completely snow, like whiteout thing, and the train is the only thing. It keeps moving, and that's pretty much the only habitable place on the Earth.
Huh.
Yeah. It's an interesting movie. I haven't rewatched it though. I saw it when it was fairly new.
Was it? It's an anime?
No, it's live action.
Oh, okay.
From 2013. That's when it came out, I believe. South Korean director. He's actually made quite a few good movies.
Yeah, that might be worth watching. Yeah, Chris, I see you saying that. Like, someone mentioned it. Well, someone mentioned it on this stream. Someone mentioned it while I was playing Metro Exodus. Since that is all about a train, or a quarter of it. Yeah, I mean that's cool, kind of a cool premise. Like, it all takes place on a train, and it's a society on a train. Yeah, I might watch it. Still have to watch The Northman. I haven't even finished watching Arlington Drive or whatever movie Thomas White said to watch about the FBI agent dealing with this like militia movement, or Arlington Road or some shit. I watched most of it. I didn't finish it yet.
Arlington Road. That's a bit of an obscure movie. It's one nobody talks about.
Is that the militia one? Is that the right title?
If I recall correctly, Arlington Road was it's about a professor who thinks that his neighbors are involved in like terroristic acts, and then he tries to foil their their plot for what's next or something like that. It had like big name actors in it, and it was made over 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. That's the it's about the militia movement, and I honestly didn't like the movie because it felt like it was trying to depict the militia as like some big terroristic threat that the feds got to deal with, but then they did show how the feds are retarded and they literally kill like a dude's wife and kids. You have like bumbling federal agents that cause a conflict and end up killing innocent people unarmed. Like, that's it doesn't really leap out at me much, but yeah, it's an alright movie. I'm honestly not a big movie person. I've seen a lot of movies, but I have to go out of my way to watch a movie most of the time. It's not my usual consumption.
It's probably one of my main copes, and has been for a while, since like, I don't know, 2014 is when I made it into an actual activity, like where I seek out films that are new to me, things I haven't seen before, and make a point to give it like a fully attentive watch. I started doing that when I was 19, and it turned into something I wasn't expecting.
You guys watch any like sports or anything like that?
No.
Fuck no.
Hell no.
No interest in it.
This isn't like a normie circle, so I don't think you're going to find that many people watching sports.
I don't either, with the exception of mixed martial arts, which I will go to the bar to watch tomorrow. So,
yeah, mixed martial arts is kind of cool, but I've tried talking to normies about it. I tried getting into it so I could talk to normies at work, and I just do not like it. I don't care about it, really.
yeah, you should watch the press conference they had today between Strickland and Chimaev. It's pretty, pretty wild. More so entertaining, but whatever.
I mean, I'll take your word for it. I don't know who those people are, but I know funny stuff happens. Like, they talk smack to each other, and that's part of the show. Sometimes they say, politically incorrect stuff and get publicity for it. I think like when this stream's over, I'm just gonna be watching Retsupre where they make fun of King's Quest. It's just rot. Actually, XS Mel, you might enjoy this comedy show that Tim Heidecker makes called On Cinema, where there's supposed to be these two guys that are reviewing movies, but they're both idiots and they hate each other. It's a toxic relationship where they're just seething about each other. And the one guy's supposed to be a film buff, and he's supposed to be a film buff, and he's pretentious and stupid in a way that I think you might find funny. That's why I bring it up.
I think I've heard about this through like someone in real life mentioned this to me. It's an Adult Swim production, right?
It was for a bit. It was an original, like Tim Heidecker just ran it himself on YouTube. They went on Adult Swim for a while and then they paywalled it in the later seasons, but I did enjoy it. It was pretty fucking funny. it's not like in your face funny. It's a slow build up. It's very subtle because they try to be realistic, but then it still becomes surreal in a way, but in a real way. You know, it's hard to explain, but the one guy, Greg Turkington, I think you would find that entertaining because he's just completely full of shit, but he's treated as like a film expert.
I see. So like, is the comedic stuff like that rests on the characters on screen entirely, and like just their dialogue, and
they slowly build up lore as you watch the show and stuff, but you don't even need to know the movies. They don't even talk about the fucking movies. They're like, okay, today we're going to be reviewing movie A and B, but first I have to tell my viewers about how I have to update viewers on my, case of toe fungus that I've been having. The doctor's been saying that, and that's pretty much how the episodes go. Like, they barely say shit about the movies. And actually, the one guy that's a film buff, he keeps getting pissed off at Tim because Tim keeps derailing the show, so they never talk about movies. But whenever it is cleverly funny. I was watching it last year and I enjoyed it. It's funny and stupid in a way that I think people that like movies would derive more enjoyment out of it. Or if you're familiar with movie reviewers.
The big ones, yeah. Like I'm familiar with the people like Jeremy Johns and Chris Stuckman, and the film review YouTube community, and the pod. There's a lot of like film review podcasts. It sounds like this show that you're talking about is sort of making fun of those people, like their their shows or whatever.
Yes, but they're also actually playing characters on cinema. Like, it's not even just a parody. They're literally in like their own universe where they're playing characters, and they never break character.
I see. I may have to check this out because even though I'm pretty into movies, I actually really despise the landscape of movie reviews on the internet.
Everyone's a critic.
The big ones I've really never cared for. So like Nostalgia Critic, Jeremy Johns. I used to like ABGN actually a long time ago. He was actually fine, but I can't stand Chris Stuckman and all these other major ones. I don't really see them as like film reviewers. I see them as pop culturists who happen to talk occasionally about movies in some meaningful ways, kind of, but not really. That's how I categorize them. That may sound like ultra pretentious, but like there's a difference between American pop culture and someone who's really like gravitating towards that versus someone who's gravitating towards the medium of cinema on principle. Those are two different camps. People who are into the medium of cinema on principle are never gonna have like genre tunnel vision or language tunnel vision or anything like that. They watch movies from all over the world, from all kinds of eras, all kinds of budgets, all kinds of subject matters. Whereas someone like Chris Stuckman or Jeremy Johns or Nostalgia Critic would never in a million years watch material like that. It's not really relevant to them and their brand.
And I know what you mean. It's more like just slop movie reviews, which on cinema doesn't really go in depth. Like, maybe not super in depth making fun of them, but they basically play these characters that are incompetent while they try to capitalize on making movie review slop. Like, it's basically like Tim is playing he's playing himself, and he's trying to do this show to be a movie reviewer, but he sucks at it. And then he gets his friend who's a film expert who's who's also an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's very niche. It's like it's a type of funny that's not for most people, but it actually might be my cup of tea. So I may have to hop on the torrents and download the first season and see what it's all about.
You can watch most of the first half or first 3/4 on YouTube for free, actually.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Because they don't paywall it until way later, like 12 seasons later. There's like 12 seasons of it.
Damn. Okay, so it sounds like they actually have an audience. They got some sort of a following.
It's definitely niche. It's like a couple 100,000. It's like people who like Tim and Eric Awesome Show or Adult Swim, where it's like, a couple 100,000, but it's not like normies would never enjoy this shit. Like, normies can't enjoy it. Like, Redditors could enjoy it. People that have dipped their toe into movie reviewers and satire can enjoy it.
I see. Yeah, it really doesn't sound like it's for the public mass.
Yeah, if you just want some shit to watch that's pretty decent, I enjoyed that. I roped someone else into watching it. He actually bought me a subscription so that I could watch the paywalled seasons of it, and I was blown away just watching them because I couldn't. You actually can't get them. It's just they even have Oscar specials. After every season, they do an hour-long or 4-hour-long Oscar special, where they're just doing the same thing. They're playing these characters, and they're just fumbling their shitty movie review show the whole way through.
You have to check that out. That sounds hilarious.
That's. I'm not even joking. That's like one of the funniest things I've seen in a while. Like I've sat through so many fucking seasons of it. I was on it. Because
I've seen Robot Chicken.
Yes, a lot of it sucks, but then it has some funny, amazing moments.
Yes. I used to watch the hell out of Robot Chicken at one point.
I still do.
Robot Chicken, it is very hit or miss. I will admit that. Sometimes it's just totally not funny, but when it works, it's great.
Yeah, my favorite skit is the G.I. Joe skit about the sniper who tries to join G.I. Joe and they just dunk on him and humiliate him. And then he joins Cobra and then he just kills all the G.I. Joes. That might be their best skit. It's amazing. And then Star Wars, of course. All the Star Wars specials were great.
I was about to say that though. The Emperor who finds out about the Death Star skit. Well, Darth Vader's stuck in space. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's a really good one.
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane playing as the Emperor of Robot Chicken is fucking. It was gold.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
Yeah, like it's a lot of Robot Chicken's a lot of stupid, edgy shit that is not funny, and then there's just amazing stuff in it. I definitely wouldn't. It's kind of like Family Guy. I would not want to watch the whole thing. I'll just watch the clips on YouTube.
Nah, it doesn't compare to Family Guy. Family Guy sucks.
Family Guy, again, like it has funny moments that I still think about, and that's pretty much it. And it sucks beyond those.
Yeah, most Family Guys just... You'll get more laughs out of Robot Chicken than you will Family Guy. Family Guy is just horrible. Used to be good, but it sucks.
I'd say they're kind of the same. Like when Robot Chicken sucks, I mean it really sucks. It's like really immature and try hard. It's just it can be really grating, but then it has some really good moments.
I was never really into Family Guy at any point. I always thought that there was a certain era of The Simpsons that I actually think is good and is better than Family Guy. Just completely, on right out of the gate. But I mean, there's definitely a few Family Guy episodes I've seen that were good, sure, but I want to say the late 90s of somewhere around the late 90s, early 2000s of the Simpsons. And then for some years it was on fire, but then the quality went way down.
I think with Robot Chicken being like 15-minute episodes and it's just a bunch of clips of stuff, I really think it's better than Family Guy. As far as quality of time versus laughs, you'll get more laughs out of it.
Yeah.
When you have to sit through some bad, with boring ass shit, it's worth it.
Yeah, like, as long as there's something redeeming about it. When somebody says like Family Guy sucks or Robot Chicken sucks, I'm like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it does suck, but it's got some funny moments in it. Like South Park sucks, but it's got some amazing moments in it. Like, it's not like the Fallout TV show where it's like that just sucks. There's no redeeming qualities. If we talk about Invincible, I'll tell you, like, yeah, Invincible is actually pretty damn good. It just, even in spite of the studio fucking it up.
Early South Park episodes were really good. I think after season 20 it just went downhill.
I liked the movie that came out in, what was it, 99, 98? A long time ago.
The South Park, which one is it? Bigger, Longer, and Uncut?
Yeah, I think that came out in
Loved
the
it.
late 90s.
It's the one that's the musical, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
I hate musicals, but I love that. That was amazing.
They got an Oscar nomination for Best Original Song.
Oh.
I think the songwriting in the film was actually good.
It was, really.
But the movie is genuinely a highlight, like just in the world of South Park. Like a lot of South Park is not really for me. Like I think much of it is just like noise and not particularly funny. But it does have its moments.
Yeah.
It has its moments. Like,
Yeah,
like the standalone movie that they did had lots of momentum. There's a I can't remember what season it was. Maybe like season 7 or 8.
What was that
It's a two-part episode, I think. It's like a two-part or a trilogy thing where they go to this fantasy land and
Imagination Land. Yeah.
What is it?
It's Imagination Land.
Yes, yeah. And then like one of them runs into like a pack of iconic villains. You know, like there's Jason Voorhees and Wario. That's funny as fuck. That's a great episode.
Iconic, yeah.
The Little League episode.
It's,
Little League episode might be a contender for #1 South Park's ever done. When they have to lose on purpose, and Stan's dad is basically having his own side plot where he's in the Rocky movie, but he's training and amping himself up to get drunk and fight other dads in the audience.
Oh yeah.
Like that's like peak South Park to me. South Park sucks a lot, but then it really shines in moments like that.
Yeah, I find over the years that comedy is arguably the most difficult to write out of all the genres.
Yeah, it requires a lot of it requires some cunning to appeal to people that aren't just, brain dead retards.
Yeah. I mean, Family Guy and South Park are so popular, and yet those two series have like a similar sort of issue, like where so much of it is not memorable, so much of it doesn't even get a chuckle out of you. But they both have like these moments where it really works. That kind of shows you how difficult it is to even churn out something that seriously works, on a comedic level.
Honestly, like the best you can really do is try to do like Adult Swim humor where you just kind of wing it. You just kind of present absurd premises and then try to juxtapose them with reality. And then just do that repeatedly.
Yeah, I always liked, well, not always, but it took me a while to discover Aqua Teen. But when I did, I liked it way more than South Park or Family Guy or Robot Chicken or BoJack Horseman or, and any of these animated programs that are intended for adults or people that have an edgy sense of humor. Thought Aqua Teen was certainly the superior series, even though it's really kind of strange and it's a little bit of an acquired taste.
BoJack Horseman plays more as a story. It's just a lot of filler in between, but good ending. Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I just can't get into it at all.
Oh, come on.
I do love Super Tail though. Super Tail is amazing.
Have you seen the Aqua Teen movie from 2007?
No, is the movie better than the show?
Oh, I wouldn't say it's better. It complements the show very nicely.
Alright, I'll give it a watch, I guess.
It's just what's funny about Aqua Teen is, like I said, it has these extreme surreal factors that have to deal with realism, where Carl is comedy gold because he's basically just there to react to the insane shit that's happening, and he's supposed to be like straight a realistic ass dude, as one would be reacting to this shit for the first time, and like that's the never-ending comedy behind it. Like just It's like just all the things he says, just the way that he reacts to bullshit. That by itself is hilarious.
Yeah, I need to revisit. I need to revisit that movie from 2007. I haven't watched that in years, but like I remember being 19. Me and my roommates, we used to watch that on rotation. That, a little bit of Robot Chicken, a little bit of South Park.
And I'm mentioning Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead has its moments.
It does.
It's blatantly supposed to be brain rot. It was designed to be everything that hysterical people were saying about TV. Like, it was doing that on purpose. Just a show about two retards just wandering around in real life.
Yeah, I kind of dig it. I'm into the premise. I do enjoy some Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, see, it's like with the Adult Swim shows. It's like absurdity, like how stupid these guys are, and then the world around them is played straight, like just reacts to them realistically, for the most part. Yeah, see, I don't think it's funny. Things like "I'm Cornholio," "I need TP for my bunghole." Like, I do not find that funny. I don't find the catchphrases and stuff funny. I find like the general scenarios and stuff. I find the general like things that they do funny. Yeah,
right,
like when Butthead hits on women. Yeah, he's like, "Hey, baby, I got a beer." Like he tries to hit on her like that.
Yeah.
That's
or like
funny as shit. Oh man,
when they go to the guy's house and they're like, "We're asking for your daughter's hand in marriage."
When they go to the mall and they become security guards, is so fucking.
Well, you're talking about hold on, there's like 3 different eras of Beavis and Butthead. I kind of like the 90s version the best because that's where the humor actually originated. When they brought it back in 2012, it was kind of so okay, but it was just meant for more of a millennial audience. But the one that brought back the third season or the third generation actually tends to be a little pretty okay, but there's just something different about it. Maybe the art design's different. I don't know.
I'm not sure which era is which.
Well, there's 2023, the 2012, and the 1990s Beavis and Butthead. I do like old Beavis and Butthead the best.
Yeah.
Showing
especially when they step away from. At first, they're just like reviewers of music videos, and they do it badly as the humor. But whenever they actually start doing stuff in the world, in old Beavis and Butthead, that's probably like the peak of the series.
Oh, definitely. What would be your like favorite episode of old Beavis and Butthead?
Probably the security guard episode. That's like the one that makes me actually laugh just remembering it. It's also funny. Just I enjoy watching them work at fast food. It's actually all the episodes where they're just working at the restaurant are good.
Yeah, they are. I'm gonna have to rewatch some of that. It's been a minute.
I haven't seen the old Beavis and Butthead, but I saw the new one. New one is meh. It's okay, but not the best.
It was funny how Butthead. I didn't watch it beyond like the first episode, but I found it hilarious. Beavis becomes a caseworker, and his first case is Butthead, and Butthead tells Beavis, how did he say? He got welfare somehow. He's like, I told them I was too stupid to work, and they believed me, or something like that. I thought that was fucking hilarious. But definitely old Beavis and Butthead is where it's at. Yeah, the Do America movie was pretty good. Like, it wasn't really like what's good about Beavis and Butthead, where they're just retards doing mundane things. But it was, a fun adventure movie, I guess, about these retards.
You know what show that was like meant to be funny, comedic show that really went downhill remarkably? Freaking SpongeBob, because like season 1, 2 of SpongeBob is just a very different animal compared to like season, I don't know, as early as season 7 or 8. Like, it was pretty poor.
Well,
not that far in.
The film was intended to be like the last entry in the series, but Nickelodeon still wanted to keep going. And I think Steven Hillenburg left after the movie, who ended up passing away in 2018, I believe. So that's kind of what happens, right? When the original creator leaves, it starts to go downhill.
Yeah.
Well, you're not referring to the 2004 movie, right?
I think it was intended to be the last entry in the SpongeBob series, but it did keep going. I'm not sure when Hillenburg left SpongeBob. I have to look that up though.
Yeah, the early stuff is good in a special way. Like, it's like, I can see the appeal for kids. I can see why Nickelodeon greenlit the show and all that. But like, even as a 30-year-old man, like, I dig it.
Okay. Yeah, it says here Hillenburg left in 2004, but he still was a producer up until like 2018.
Didn't he die recently?
In 2018, he did.
Okay. So yeah, I like the original SpongeBob when I was a child. That episode with I think his name was Squidward, was traveling through time or something. I went through a different dimension or something. I don't know what it was, but it was a weird episode. Or maybe it was 2 different episodes. I don't really remember, but
I think we're old like Squidward here.
We always wanted to. We always think of ourselves as like a SpongeBob when we grow up, but we end up turning into Squidward.
I'm Squidward living like Patrick.
Yeah, Squidward living like Patrick.
Yeah, I was laughing at the episode where they go fishing with Mr. Krabs. They're looking for his lost dollar or something. That's that and the when they go with the Flying Dutchman, he tries to teach them how to be scary and shit. Those 2 episodes, they had me laughing recently.
Yeah, dude, that the Flying Dutchman trying to like take them in or enslave them, like that's easily one of the best episodes. Like it's so fucking funny. All right, Hal with me.
Leedle. I love even seeing internet memes and being reminded of all those moments. All the memes that are just caps from the show with text. Like, yeah, like that's how good the show was.
Nostalgia. It's quite a thing.
A voice actor, whoever got cast as Flying Dutchman, that did a great job.
Yeah, he also voiced Knuckles and Flapjack. He's just that voice actor they have when they need a generic sailor voice. He was also Patchy the Pirate when they do the live action shit in SpongeBob.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about that. They have a few sequences where, yeah, live action.
It was just weird to me because it was supposed to be like other kids shows at the time. But it was I don't remember if it was funny. I didn't hate it. It was just weird.
By the way, our next movie review, I think you're the one who's up to pick. Or it's one of you two. It's you or Wolf. Celtic and I were talking about that a few days ago.
I guess I would probably pick Jacob's Ladder, unless it's Wolf. He's gonna pick Brad.
Yeah, I was gonna pick Brett.
What is it called?
Brett, B-R-E-T. It's a Russian mafia movie.
It's called Brother in English, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that once upon a time. I remember that being quite good. That's a good choice. And Jacob's Ladder, that's also quite underrated. I mean, that got critically dismissed upon release, and it still hasn't received the proper street cred. Good director.
Yeah. It was amazing how they were able to, frame that narrative through the camera work and all that, and that, I watched that movie after doing LSD like the director did, and that shit blew my mind watching that.
Yeah, those are both great choices, because they're under discussed. They're not really appreciated. So I'm actually looking forward to either one.
Yeah, when we reviewed Videodrome movie, when I was asked like if there were similar movies to Videodrome, I couldn't think of anything except The Matrix. I would actually say Jacob's Ladder.
And Jacob's Ladder is definitely like, it's not a David Cronenberg film, but it certainly feels like one just because all of his stuff is very unusual one way or another. Like, I don't know if you've seen Crash or The Fly or Naked Lunch or Crimes of the Future, movies like that, but they're all fairly unapproachable. They're not very normie consumable.
I've seen The Fly and stuff. I haven't seen much of Cronenberg's other movies. It's just the general premise of Jacob's Ladder. It's like everything is completely fucked, a complete mind fuck, and a guy is just wandering through it trying to understand what's happening. And there's some sort of conspiracy in the background. That's why they're similar movies. That and Videodrome. It's just an amazing formula. Like, you're just in a complete mindfuck world where you can't even trust what you're seeing anymore, and there's some sort of conspiracy behind it. I just like that whole thing.
Yeah, it's a really simple premise that just works. Lots of interesting things, a talented director could do with that.
Cronenberg made... No, Cronenberg didn't make Nightbreed. That was a... Oh, wait, Cronenberg was... He acted in Nightbreed. That was directed by Clive Barker, okay. Yeah, Nightbreed was good. Lord of Illusions is another good movie. Both Clive Barker movies.
I do enjoy some of his stuff. He's the guy behind the original Hellraiser, I believe.
Yeah. That's his biggest work that he's known for. Nightbreed was a good movie. It was interesting. So was Lord of Illusions. If anybody wants if you want a movie that's like an investigation into magical stuff and magicians, that's a great movie for that. Just has that kind of I'm investigating the Hollywood magician underworld kind of vibe to it.
I haven't seen that in it's been a minute. I remember watching that with an old friend from high school in maybe I don't know 2017. I went over to his place and they were having like a movie night, and they typically watch stuff like that, stuff that's, and I don't want to say B movies, but just low profile releases. And I had never heard of Lord of Illusions before, but I do remember it being good. I think if there's a Blu-ray for it, I think I'd buy it.
Guess might stop here because I went for an extra hour. I need to do some stuff. Wolf needs to sleep. It was good. It's good talking about movies and all that other shit.
Alright.
I'll take care, man.
It was a good time. I enjoyed the whole stream, just talking about media, video games, movies, and shit.
Yeah, good stream.
Alright.
Great stream.
Thanks.
Alright. See ya.
Yep. See you,
Take care.
everybody. Thanks
See
for
ya.
coming on.
Thank you.